Should be good. Is it working? I think it's working. I can't click on the other thing. Oh, I kind of can. Oh, there we go. Cool. Should be good. If y'all can hear me, let me know. I haven't done an intro this time purely because, like, as always with these, I want them to be more like YouTube playthroughs. So we're going to dive straight into it once everyone's set in here and ready to go. But everything seems to be looking good, so I'm going to take that as a hint and hope that everything's working. So we'll let everyone filter in and go straight into it. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Got loads of notifications. Jeez, where are all the notifications coming from? Oh, loads of people are liking that tweet I just put out about the guy. Yeah, somebody just commented on one of my videos saying, your voice is so loud, my ears hurt. Just shut the heck up, you're so loud. So I just replied, was like, well, turn the volume down then. If I'm louder than a lot of other YouTubers, turn the volume down. That's why you have a volume slider. What's the problem? I don't understand it. Anyway, hello. I think we're all good. We're all live. We're all sorted. We're all good to go. So I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all doing good. Today we are back with part 3 of Doki Doki Blue Skies on the Sayori route. I'm really excited for this. We're going to get almost straight into it right to begin with. I'm not going to faff around for 10 minutes and, you know, break things in. I'll just give the usual warnings once we boost up the game about, you know, mental illness and making sure that everyone's aware of some of the themes, because this is where I think things are going to get pretty dark. I'm really expecting it to. So I'm kind of scared, but you know what? We're going to have a good time anyway, and that's what really matters. So I'm just going to make sure that everything's looking good on my end, which it seems to be. So we should be good, I think, as long as the Discord notification popped up correctly. Did it all work? It did indeed, and people reacted with weeb and simp. Pretty accurate. You know what? I'm not even going to question it. I know better than to do that, so we should be good. Cool. Okay, in that case, I think we are good to just literally get started. So, let's begin. My ears. Ouch. Let's begin by booting up Doki Doki Blue Skies. Let's do it. I've heard louder YouTubers check subscribe. Literally, right? It's like, I don't scream in my videos. If I'm a bit loud, then not my problem. Turn your volume down. Keep smiling through like you always do till the blue skies drive the dark clouds far away. That was quite nice. Wasn't on the screen for long enough, but I think this is going to be the saga of turning the volume down slightly every episode, because I still think it's too loud, so just turn it down another decibel. But it's literally won't be much noticeable. Also, what do you think of my my little pop vinyl in the background? You know, little old new one from San Diego Comic Con. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Super Tails and Super Silver. I wanted that one really badly, and I got it, so I'm chuffed. So that's now like a nice little thing. Oh, it's reflecting in the light a bit now. Move it a bit. There we go. I just wanted something in the background that wasn't a wine bottle. Which is still there, but, you know, it made me look like an alcoholic, even though it wasn't wine in it. It was like a little light-up bottle DIY thing, but, you know. Check the box just saying, yeah, I'm going to make sure of that now. I'm going to make sure everything's working. But seems like everything on the stream is good, so we're good to roll. I'm excited. The only thing that's annoying me about all this is that I was, oh yeah, see, it's not ticked. The thing that annoys me is I was playing through Destroy All Humans in my own time, and I'm so close to finishing it. Like, it's not even funny. I'm going to turn the sound down a bit on my end. Does that turn it down for you lot? No, it doesn't. Cool. Because it captures desktop audio. I was worried about that, but I'm going to turn it down because it's a bit loud on my end. But we should be good now. YouTube seems to be a bit glitchy today. It doesn't really seem to be updating the live viewer count very much. It's doing it better on my end, but on my phone, it's just like, it's not happy at all. I don't know. Bit odd. Anyway, let's do the usual quick little intro for everybody. So, hello, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. My name is Red Archer Live, and today we are playing a brand new part of Doki Doki Blue Skies. We're on part 3 of what I presume will be only 4 parts, so we've got 1 part left to do, which I'm going to try and do tomorrow, but I have got to go out and pick up some stuff, so I'm not sure whether I'll have time. It may have to be next week that we finish off, but I'll just try and make it happen, because I would like to finish this tomorrow now. I want to do, like, a double bill of parts 3 and 4 and finish the story, so we'll see. But last time we went through the Halloween section, which, if we're being honest, dragged quite a bit. Like, it did get way too long. It took like about an hour up the stream. But we had the festival. We had everything going wrong with the festival. We hung out with Sayori a bit. We had some nice little flashback scenes, which I really liked. And now we told the mother that we have feelings for Sayori, as by everyone's choice. There were a few choices we had to answer, which I've got saves for here. So, you know, a few of the key choices. I realised I hadn't actually saved the game on the end of the stream, so I had to boot it back up and get to the point we were up to, but that didn't take me long, so we're all sorted. But yeah, I'm just... Like before, I have no idea what's going to come now, because I had seen the festival and Halloween stuff fine, but the Sayori content was new. Now that the festival and Halloween are out the way, everything in this is going to be new. I'm going to have no idea what to expect here, which makes me very excited, because I love this. I really do enjoy playing this, and I'm excited to see the new content. I'm really excited. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. But very quickly, as a reminder, if you suffer from any kind of mental illness, anxiety, depression, anything like that, and you may be affected by content of those themes, this is not the game for you. I've said it before, and I imagine by this point, anyone who will be affected won't be watching this, but just to be safe. So, there can be some darker themes, and I'm expecting them to come out in full force during this. And as always, because this is going to be a Let's Play that I want people to watch back, while I will have the live chat open and I will be reading it occasionally, I won't be reading it all of the time. So just bear in mind that at certain times I'm going to just be focusing on screen. I'm not sure whether the camera's a bit too high. I might just try and... Did that move at all? It's on a laptop head, so it's hard to move. Is that better? Kind of. There we go. That'll do. I'll roll with that. Cool. Let's do this. Alright, I'm excited. Let's roll. Let's turn off my preview to make sure everything runs smoother. Okay, so, as we said, just finished off with Halloween, so next up on the calendar will be Christmas. So that's going to be exciting, but let's go. Words of wisdom from Sayori there. Brr. Yeah, I know, honestly. And I've got 4 drinks here to keep my throat lubricated, because I am ready for my throat to die. Because it's just what happens every time with these playthroughs. But I'm excited. Let's not waste any longer. Let's go into it. So, brr. It's gotten so cold. October was so warm. Why couldn't it stay that way? We're in November now, you know. But last year's November was so mild. Ugh, it's so unfair. Other places get really cool winter things like penguins, reindeers, even Frosty the Snowman. Sayori, you know that Frosty the Snowman wasn't real, right? Of course, silly. But what if you make an actual snowman and name him Frosty? Pretty sure that doesn't count. She waves my comment away, an indignant huff of air visible from her mouth. I just want it to snow. Seeing the gentle snowfall at night when you're tucked up and cozy inside with some hot chocolate, it's so peaceful. All of the untouched snow, and when it's quiet, you should probably spend Christmas with Yuri this year, you know? Sounds like you two share the same thoughts. Oh, well, it's obviously really fun to have snowball fights, build snowmen, make star angels. Did she say star angels, or did I misread that? She did say star angels. Isn't it snow angels? Is that just me? Oh, the chat's crashed on my phone. That's handy. Reboot that again. Cool. Done. I'm missing a day or two off school. Oh, bless. Oh, there we go. The live chat count's working now. 17 people here. Hello to everyone. It was stuck on 5 for me for some reason. I was thinking either everyone suddenly doesn't like Doki Doki Blue Skies, unlikely, or YouTube glitched. Because, side note, the first part of Blue Skies now has more views than the original Doki Doki Literature playthrough, which is pretty cool. I didn't think it would get that, and I'm really impressed that it has. It shows that you guys are interested, so that's cool. I get cool winter things like being in the middle of May. What? What are you drinking? The blood of his victims? Yeah. It's the fruit juice cordial thing that I've been drinking, you know. Beautiful. I'd drink some other, like, milkshakes or something, but that would not help with my throat. That'd just make it worse. Right, okay. I'm missing a day or two off school. I guess since joining the literature club, I've started to appreciate nature a bit more. Although I still love summer. Oh, I was trying to do a high-pitched voice for her and then a lower pitch for mine, wasn't I? I'll try and do that again. How much hasn't changed then? Oh no! What? She's fiddling around in her pockets, desperately looking for something. I left my gloves at home, and my hands get cold so easily. Having cold fingers is the worst. Actually, you know what? That did strain my voice a bit last time, so I might just keep it the same for both voices. I'm sure you're not all going to cry about it. And if you do, then... sorry. Well, or having wet socks on. Blow on them, Sayori. Huh? Blow on my hands? Yeah, it'll warm them up, trust me. She takes my advice, but judging by the look on her face, it's a futile effort. It helps a little bit, but they're still so cold. I just wish I had something proper to warm them up for me. Am I going to warm her hands? Is this the way this is going to go? Am I going to hold her hands? As she stands... oh, no, it is. I can see this coming a mile off. As she stands there pouting, an idea forms in my mind. One that'll benefit both of us. Give me your hands. Doing my best to ignore my beating heart, to take her hands in my own and start rubbing on them. Huh? What are you doing? I roll my eyes, hoping she attributes my sudden stuttering to the cold and not the sudden nervousness this new situation brings. What does it look like I'm doing? It's a slow process, but slowly I can feel her hands warming up. Given how hot my whole body feels, it's no surprise. It's no surprise. I'm half expecting there to be steam radiating off my fingers by this... This is already far into simp territory, and we've been streaming for 10 minutes. Dude, can we not? Thanks. The silence in the air feels heavy, almost as if it were laced with some kind of tension. I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy it, but the unfamiliarity of the sudden intimacy makes me feel a little uncomfortable, which reminds me, I did just check the box, but let's make sure I've checked it again. It's checked. Cool. One of these days, it's not going to be checked, and I'm going to get destroyed on YouTube by the policies, so I've just got to be careful. I'd be lying if I said I didn't... yeah, I've already read that. There, they should be much warmer now. I moved to pull my hands away, but Sayori's grip doesn't loosen like I expect it to. Would you mind holding on for just a little bit longer? It's really sweet what you've done for me. I get cold super quickly, though. Sure. Although we'd have to get a move on, otherwise we'd be late. That's okay. And so we make our way to school, just like any other day where we've walked together. Except for one major difference. We're holding hands. I mean, friends can hold hands, right? It's not necessarily romantic or anything, but it feels so good. Just like it belongs. Sayori's fingers are absent-mindedly stroking the back of my hand, and I have to fight the urge to return the favour. Nah, to hell with it. Her hands feel so warm and soft against mine, so there's no way I'm letting this opportunity pass up. She laughs softly as my fingers trace a gentle circle around the back of her hand. I'm already, like... It's going to get to the point where I won't take my glasses off, and I'll literally just put these glasses over my glasses, just so I don't have to read this. I don't know how this looks, by the way. Cool emoji for the Discord. Go for it. She breaks the silence, but only slightly as her voice is barely audible and over the howling wind and my own hammering chest. You're pretty quiet, Troy. Sorry, this hurts my head. I can't have two pairs of glasses on. Jeez, those actually push into the side of my head. Jesus. I just, it's okay. You don't have to say sorry. This has been really nice, hasn't it? It has. My mind is screaming at me to say more, to say something romantic and cheesy. I feel so content and warm and, most importantly, safe. With the girl I grew up with, the girl I've shared so many happy memories with, the girl who provides a bundle of sunshine in my life. Your hands feel really nice. Yours feel really... Don't mess this up, Troy. Ditto. They would not say ditto in Japan. Well, I wouldn't mind warming your hands up again. You know, if they ever get, cold. Jesus, so awkward. Oh my god, this is painful. That was the lamest response I could have given her. Yes, it was. Sayori thinks otherwise, though, as she bursts into laughter. I feel my cheeks flare up again, this time out of embarrassment. Hey! Sorry, Troy, sorry. You're just so adorable. Den? Is she trying to call me dense? Was she about to call me dense? Because that's a bit of a rude word for Sayori. Is that just me? I don't know. Everyone's just literally putting simp in the chat. Gorgeous. Yeah, well, so are you. The line is out of my mouth before my brain has a chance to even process it. This time it's Sayori's turn to grow flustered. An endearing crimson flush appears on her cheeks as she looks away, embarrassed. You can be really cute sometimes, you know that? This is deep into uncharted territory. I've really passed some kind of line. The line that you adhere to when you're just friends with someone. Although, do I really care? Well, why does that look like the Crash Bandicoot thing? Oh god, imagine just you hold her hand, she just goes whoa, 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 whoa. That's like a 3-year-old meme. Why am I making this joke? It's not funny. She flails, further demonstrating my point. Wait, are those... Sayori, what's that in your pocket? Are those gloves? I think she's more of a simp than I am at this point, jeez. She freezes, looking like a deer caught in the headlights. Huh? No, of course not. Oh, look at the time, we're going to be late. See you at lunchtime. She zooms off with the velocity of a bullet. I'm left standing there in awe. That girl is so damn sneaky. Then again, it's not like I didn't benefit from her little plan, is it? She'll be the death of me. With high spirits, I follow after Sayori's rapidly disappearing profile. Oh, also, I'm wearing the Yuri top again. I don't know how easy it is to see on the stream. There you go. Cool. Yuri top. I need to... If I had a Sayori one, I'd wear that, but I didn't like the Sayori one in the Doki Doki store. Plus, when I bought these two, it had already gone out of stock. But the t-shirt was yellow. I don't wear yellow t-shirts. Last yellow t-shirt I owned was a SpongeBob one, and that was when I was like 9, and I barely wore that. Because it was yellow. And that was the state of the war by the summer of 1917. As he outlines the activity we'll be doing next, my ears prick up as he mentions we'll be doing it in pairs. By the way, turn to page 394. That chapter should be the most relevant for this task. Now, if you don't mind me, I'll be marking all the homework I should have gotten back to you last week. As per usual, there's light self-deprecating style and a smattering of laughter from the class. I love Sakurai, what a G. Emmy and I have been working diligently, making steady progress. It's about break time, I reckon. I've been meaning to ask, how's the track stuff coming along? This season's been great, although there aren't as many sessions going on this month. I mean, there's still some, but people always chicken out when it gets cold. No dedication. I hate seeing people give up on stuff. You and your running, eh? I gotta give you credit for that, though. I wish I had the drive for exercise. Oh, I don't think it's a lack of drive that stops you from exercising, Troy. There's a mischievous look in her eye. You're distracted. I catch Sakurai looking at us. Hastily, I turn back to my textbook and scribble something in a lazy effort to look like I'm doing some work. Who am I distracted by? Could have done a better voice for the characters. Yeah, I could have done, but like it wears out my throat a little bit, so sorry. Does Japan even talk about the war as much as this guy did? I have no idea. I don't live in Japan. I don't. Once it's back his turn, my full attention goes back to Emmy. Distracted? By what? By who is what you should be asking. That very knowing smile is making me feel a little uncomfortable. Come on, Emmy, enough with the riddles. Sayori, Troy. I see you two having lunch together all the time. Don't you walk at home as well? I didn't know they teach you how to stalk people at the trap club, Emmy. Aha! So you do walk home with her then? So you do stalk me, huh? So, do you like her? Hey, I promise I won't tell anyone. And come on, the amount of times I let you copy my homework. I grumble under my breath. I had a feeling you used that to get a favour out of me. Use it against you? Troy. Of course not. It's just my way of reminding you that you can trust me. Well, actually, no, I guess I am being a little pushy, aren't I? Sorry, I shouldn't have. It's all good. It's not that I don't want to tell you, it's just, I don't know, it's really confusing. I guess to put it simply, yeah, I do like her. I knew it. That's so cute, though. How long have you liked her? I nervously scratched the back of my neck. Well, we've always been childhood friends, but over the past few years we started drifting apart. I joined her literature club last month, and, well, since then I've just really enjoyed being around her. And I guess I never really realised what my feelings were. We've been spending more time together recently, and I sigh dreamily. You're noticing all the little quirks about her, aren't you? Aww. Yeah, things like how blue her eyes are, how warm and soft her hands feel, and how cute she looks when she's concentrating. She's always been really good at making me feel at ease. Whenever she's around, I just feel really, I don't know, just happy? Oh god, all that mushy stuff must sound super embarrassing. Sorry, I know this must sound really cringy. It doesn't. It's fine, I know the feeling myself. Oh, that guy you started dating a couple months ago? The new guy, right? That's the one. So what was it like for you? What little things did you start to notice about him? I guess I realised how much he really thinks with his heart. He's a little dense, but I really came to appreciate how patient he can be. But that's enough about me. Sounds like exactly the same thing is going on here. Well, she did just try and call me dense, so yeah. Emmy's simp detector never breaks. It doesn't. Emmy's good. She's got a good eye for this stuff. When are you going to tell Sayori? Well, that's the thing. Troy, Emmy. Everything going well? Oops. Because I was getting so into the conversation with Emmy that I totally forgot we were in a classroom. Thankfully, I've made enough progress for Sakurai not to chide us. Chide us? Never even heard that one before. He studies our notes. Doing well so far, although I'd add a little more detail about how the United States entered and how that clashed against their policy of isolationism. After all, it was a turning point in the war from both a military and foreign policy perspective. Noted, sir. As he meanders off, Emmy wastes no time in jumping back to the conversation. You are going to tell her, right? I don't know. Part of me wants to, but I'm super nervous. What if she doesn't feel the same way? She dismisses my concerns with a frown and shake of the head. Look, I can tell that she likes you. How can you female intuition? First motherly intuition, now female intuition. No fair, women get all the psychic powers. Trust me, she spends so much time with you and my gut feeling has never been wrong before. She winks at me. Strangely enough, it fills me with a little bit of confidence. Oh, okay then. I swallow. I guess I'll tell her. I just don't know how to do it. Look, it's easy. All you have to do is be honest with her. Tell her what you told me. That you really like spending time with her and that you want her to be your girlfriend. Easy. Did I actually say those exact words to Emmy, though? Not sure I did. She leans back triumphantly. Easy for you to say. Oh? I never confess to over text or online. Has to be done in person. The Natsuki route has entered the chat. Without spoiling it, just, yeah. Well, it's Thursday today, so you gotta tell her tomorrow. Trust me, you don't want the anticipation hanging over you during the weekend. But that's so soon. Think of it this way. The sooner you tell her, the sooner you can start dating. I won't lie, that's a pretty appealing prospect. Tomorrow it is. It's going to get interesting, I'm excited. And let me know how it goes. Is it... Oh, give me the transition! I want it to be the next day! Give me the transition! Managed to find your gloves this time, eh? She flails around nervously. Yeah, I guess I didn't know they were in my pocket the whole time before. As she pulls them on, I'm hit by a pang of disappointment. I was hoping I get to keep her warm and hold her hands again. You fat simp, Jesus. Hang on, Sayori. My scarf has come loose. You're so silly, Troy. Didn't your mum teach you how to properly tie a scarf? Yeah? I just never got around to actually putting it into practice. Let me help you. Wait. Technically, I confessed over text. It went well until it didn't. You all know my story. Yeah, literally, the Discord on, like, was it Monday? A couple of days ago, the Discord just had a night where everyone just shared really bad relationship stories. I don't know why, but it was strangely fun because we all got to learn about each other. It was very strange. We were all just vibing and crying. Well, we weren't crying. Well, maybe some of us are crying. I wasn't crying. Were you crying? I don't know. Moving on. I don't think this is for me, neither is your Discord. Down to you, mate. If you don't like the Discord, that's your call, and these videos aren't for everyone either, I get that. She stands in front of me, completely undoing the scarf and placing it around my neck. Oh, jeez. Gotta stop doing that. It's like she doesn't come towards you, it's just BAM! In your face. At this distance, not only can I see her breath forming a misty cloud in front of me, but I can even see the pixels in her character sprite. Sorry, but I can even feel it on my face. As she works, she brushes against my neck and collar. I have to force myself not to burrow into her touch. There! With a final loop, the scarf now sits snugly, providing the warmth it should. Even after she's finished, her hands linger on my neck. Despite the fabric of her gloves, I can feel they're still cold. Thank you, Sayori. Much better. You're welcome. Sayori told us that during the war, a bunch of miners and bombs set off an explosion so loud, it was heard in London all the way from France. Is that true? Jeez. It'd be quite the explosion to hear it 140 miles away. I didn't know that. That must have been one big explosion. Do you think the miners did the whole cool guys don't look at explosion? Jesus, it's 2020. Why is this in here? How old is that song now? Jeez. Maybe that's where the movie directors got the idea from. I'll ask Sakurai tomorrow. Don't ask Sakurai that. Knowing him, I'll probably just get a sarcastic answer, though. I tell you an interesting math fact, but math isn't interesting. Oh yeah, I'm definitely with you there. Seriously, you can't write a poem with numbers or a story. I don't think I've ever seen my parents using the quadratic formula or worked out the area of a triangle in real life. True. My teacher tells me that math is a lifelong skill. This is the thing, it depends on your job. I've said this before, like when I've been teaching, like even in my teaching placement and in any maths lesson, you always get that one kid who goes, "Sir, why do we need this? Why we don't need to do this in real life?" It's like I'm in my head, I'm like, well, it depends on your job, doesn't it? And if you've got a job that you don't, where you're not going to use maths, well, that's your prerogative. But I've still got to teach it you. Doesn't help me you asking that. Please don't. But it's a fair point. A lot of jobs don't need it, but really the most important is your mental maths, your addition, subtraction, stuff like that. And that's where it stands out, but that's just me. It's about 9 or 10 years old. Jeez. I'm so old. I don't like this. Really? I find it pretty useful. You know, in counting up the amount of times you complain about something. Hey! You said you agreed with me. Kidding, kidding. Anyway, I'll catch you tomorrow, Sayori. Have a good one. Bye. It gives a transition. Why is the music sad now? This is one of the darker music tracks. Something bad about to happen. I'm scared. Man, what a long day today it's been. I feel like I learned more from Emmy than I did Sakurai. I guess tomorrow's the day I finally ask Sayori, huh? What's this, bro? When these guys were talking about their relationships, it made me feel weird. I don't like when people talk about their pain and feel. Yes, people don't like that. I don't know why we all were talking about it, but, you know. Being totally honest, I'm kind of terrified. But then again, how much longer do I want this anticipation to loom over me? Besides, Emmy is confident Sayori likes me, so it should go smoothly, right? Emphasis on the should. After all, she does spend a lot of time with me. And the trick with her gloves this morning, I just hope I've not misread all the signs, or else tomorrow's going to be super awkward. Oh. Oh. Oh, we're having another flashback dream. Oh, here we go. I'm excited for it. I love how cute the kid's Sayori drawing is. And the music's so cool as well. This game's so well made. I can't stop doing this. It's so well done. What's up, Troy? You're looking really glum. It's nothing, Sayori. Hey, I know something's bothering you. You can talk to me. It'll be okay. I didn't do well in the end of year exams. People found out and they kept laughing at me. Plus, my parents are going to be so mad. I'm an idiot. Hey, you aren't an idiot, Troy. You're not stupid at all. But I messed up so badly. You're still really smart to me, though. You helped me with homework so many times. And look, you tried your best, right? Yeah, that's fine then. That's all that counts. Teachers can't expect more, can they? I feel like this dialogue might be a little bit too teenager for kids, but yeah, I suppose you're right. And those meanies, oh, that's better. They're just jealous. That's better. The music means someone's gonna die. Jesus, Jacket. Bloody hell, you go from saying this isn't for you to then trying to drop dark things like that. Whoa. They're just jealous. Jealous, huh? Of what? Well, you're really good at the Floor is Lava game. Ah, yes. A perfect skill for growing up. And I was just going to say that we play that now. They'll cheer you up, I know it. I don't know. Come on. You can be Spider-Man again. Okay, then. Let's start here. Yay. The next hour passes by in a blur. You played the Floor is Lava for an hour. How did that not get boring? Oh, my God. Within moments, we were already hopping around the room. Zipping by from chair to chair, room to room. Ah, watch out. How could you get from room to room? There's not enough stuff around, is there? Is there? I'm not knocking stuff over. Like that lamp right there. That could go dead easy. Watch out! The lava monster is there! What's just my mum walks in or something and she's just being really mean. I'm never going to see Mom's houseplant the same way again. Come on, Sayori, you've got this. There's a fairly big gap between the two couches and Sayori peers over the edge, trying to see if she can make it. Even if you fall, I've got you. Okay. She jumps, soaring through the air, and lands right next to me, a triumphant grin on her face. Hey! Way to go! She grins and offers her hand for a high five. Having fun? Oh, hi, Mum. You two look like you're having the time of your lives. Good to see you again, Sayori. And you? We were just playing the Floor is Lava game. Quite an active imagination the pair of you have, huh? Mum smiles endearingly. Joys of childhood, eh? Would either of you like some snacks? I think we have some tempura. What's tempura? Sayori's face brightens immediately. Ooh, that would be really nice, thank you. If that's okay. Of course, dear. How about you, son? Yeah, tempura works for me as well, Mum. Thanks. I'm not saying mommy, by the way, in case that wasn't obvious. I'm not 3. Okay. Oh, and by the way, watch out for that tall houseplant in the other room. I've heard it's secretly a scary lava dragon in disguise. Oh, I love it when parents get involved in kids' imagination. It's so nice. She winks as she leaves. Oh, bless her. Love it. Here we go. Transition. Exciting times. I'm ready. Here we go. Undertale is next, by the way. Really? To be fair, I do need to play Undertale. Like, I've heard so much about it, and it's become such a memed game, and Megalovania is such a bop. It's like, maybe I should check it out. Maybe I'll check that out next. I don't know how long the game is. I'm pretty sure it's, like, really long. But I might at least try it out at some point. Might be something I'll look at pretty soon. Is it free? I don't know. I'll look into it. Oh, is this the horse looking at the beach meme? Man. It's days like these that I really I wish my dad was around. I'm sure he's experienced all the nervousness associated with asking a girl out. Relax, Troy. Relax. Just asking your childhood best friend to be your girlfriend. No big deal, right? Not when you put it like that. Who am I kidding? Of course it's a big deal. What did all those websites online say? Please tell me you didn't look on WikiHow. Just relax, be yourself, be confident. Wow, some advice that was. I'm just banking on Emmy's intuition being correct. Please be correct. Please be correct. Please be correct. It's gotten rather cold these days, hasn't it? Oh, I could still do the Yuri voice. That one's not so bad. It's easier in my throat. Definitely. Winter is such a pain. It definitely makes waking up for tennis practice a little harder. It does have its upsides, however. It really makes for the perfect weather to snuggle up indoors with a soothing hot chocolate and a nice book. And seeing all the snow softly fall during the night is really relaxing too. Although it gets all ruined the next day when people walk through it. Having end of semester exams is such a drag too. I can't help tuning out their conversation. Today has been going by so slowly. All throughout class this morning I could barely concentrate. Just been picturing how I imagine the conversation with Sayori will go down. Safe to say that's definitely been the focus of my mind. Emmy shooting me knowing looks every so often didn't do much to staunch the whirlwind of uncertainty in my head. Just every lesson she just looks over like today's the day, right? Yeah? Yeah? And then you just sat there going, oh, I'd hate that. Yuri's finally here. Aww. Maybe it's the way you're dressed. What? What do you mean? What, 'cause I'm wearing the Yuri top? I don't know. In the club room, we've just finished sharing poems, and I can't wait for the session to end. And people get really mushy around Christmas time as well. You know, like cuddling up together, holding hands, all that stuff. Yuck. You sound like it's a bad thing, Natsuki. Come on. It'd be lovely to have someone to warm you up when the nights get cold. Don't you think? Is this a hint? Or just me totally misinterpreting? Pfft, no way. I can see where both of you are coming from, actually. On one hand, that physical intimacy must be quite nice. Although I have to admit, public displays of affection can be a bit overwhelming. Yeah, especially when couples start playing tonsil tennis with each other. And a girl, Natsuki, I agree. Oh my god, there was a couple in my old college. In the UK, you have high school, then college, then university. I know in America, where a lot of you are based, they do like high school and it lasts 2 years longer than the UK, and then it's university, but you call it college. It's different in the UK. But for those 2 years in college, there was this couple. Both had blue hair, and they were in this specific place in the cafeteria every break, every lunch, necking each other. And I wish I could be less dramatic about it, but that's generally what it was. They were constantly just like that next to each other, like literally. Right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to illustrate this with drinking glasses. Whereas a normal couple would walk along holding hands, they were like this, staring into each other's eyes every break for God knows how long, and everyone would make comments about it. I don't know how they still did it. Like, if that was me, I'd have stopped out of embarrassment a long time ago. But it got to the point where it was weird when I went to uni, not knowing there was a blue-haired couple walking around, and every time, one of them actually went to my university, so I see him walking around every now and again, and I can't help but think of that. It's just, oh, jeez. Tonsil tennis. It's kissing with tongues, but the tongues go quite far back. Yeah, okay. Anyway, but yeah, so there's a little flashback story for me. I love when I get to put my little anecdotes in, you know, make it all more unique and all. Monica laughs. Interesting way of putting it, Natsuki. It's completely accurate, though. I'm right, though. Ugh. Say that stuff when you're at home. But what about presents? That's something else that makes Christmas so enjoyable. True. Buying gifts for other people and seeing their reactions. That's definitely a rewarding feeling, especially when they really like your choice. Don't you think, Troy? Don't mind me, just trying to figure out how to ask you to be my girlfriend. Oh yeah, everything's fine. You know, just trying to figure out the best way to ask you to be my girlfriend. I love how nervous he's getting over this. He's not this nervous with the other two. Not in this way. Oh, yeah, just trying to decide what to get you guys for Christmas, that's all. I reckon my brains have desperately tried to follow up what I've just said. Let's say I had to get you a present, Monica. What would you ask for? Can't buy you a piano, though. Sorry. Well, that'd be telling, wouldn't it? It would ruin the mystery. Now, you're always busy with like a billion things going on at once, right? So I don't know, maybe like a diary or a planner or something? Or a tennis racket? I have no idea. Those aren't bad ideas, actually. It's always difficult buying presents for someone, especially when it's someone you don't know particularly well. You could do with a watch, Monica. A watch? Why? Well, you could do with the free time. Can we backtrack and pick somebody else to go with? Because I want to back up just for that joke. I hate how Monica looks in this mod. I love it. She's far less intimidating. One day, Sayori's jokes will get a little funnier. Everybody's face, like, Monica's just doesn't know what to think. Natsuki is, like, really angry. Yuri's just like, bruh. Imagine if Yuri just went, bruh. Ah, finally. The school day sure did take its sweet time. While it did drag on, I'd be lying if I said I was ready for what's about to come. Hey, Sayori. Are you busy after school today? Nope. Well, apart from homework, but I didn't get much today. Okay, well, I nervously scratched the back of my head. Sayori eyes me curiously. Do you think we could hang out a bit? Today, after school? Please don't pick up on the desperation in my voice. Sure. My place or yours? Yours sounds good. Okay, we haven't spent time together after school. We haven't spent time together after school in a long time. What made you change your mind? Not that I'm complaining. Why am I getting a shrewd suspicion that she knows my plan and is just going along with it to watch me squirm? Nothing. Oh, you don't have a Christmas tree for us to decorate, do you? It's barely mid-November, Sayori. It's a bit too early for that. Aww. Oh, here we go. So for the chat, also for the comment section, quick question, because I want to know, when do you think is the best time to put up a Christmas tree? Or just Christmas decorations? Because where I live, sometimes they get put up before Halloween, and it's ridiculous. Like, I've seen them before at the end of October. I just don't understand it. For me, personally, I would say beginning of December. Maybe end of November if you're feeling particularly festive, but beginning of December is when it's all really nice, so. But I'd like to know what everyone thinks. Anyway, just in case this goes anywhere, I doubt it will, because Sayori does not seem like that kind of person. Right, the box is checked. Okay, here we go. Anyway, what did you want to do today, Troy? I don't think it's healthy for a human heart to beat this fast. Well, I wanted to tell you something, Sayori. Okay, what's up? It's now or never. Well, look, I really don't know the best way of saying this. Sayori, she's just sitting there patiently waiting for me to speak. There's a hint of anticipation lurking in those blue eyes of hers. I genuinely feel butterflies at this as well, because I think I relate to it so much. It's ridiculous. Taking a deep breath, I stare at the floor and let my mouth talk before my brain has a chance to catch up. Look, Sayori, I really like you, and I'm really sorry if this changed anything between us, because I really value our friendship, and I wouldn't want to ruin anything, so... I guess it was ever since we were kids, I've always been drawn to you, and seeing you again after all these years has been really, really nice. And I'm so glad we get along, like the huge gap in our history was never there. I really like you, Sayori, in that way, and, well, I was just wondering how you felt. Like, do you feel the same way, or... I trail off into nothingness, cringing at how pathetic my confession must have sounded. So much for be confident. The silence is getting overwhelming. Lifting my eyes off the safe haven that is the floor, I have to force myself to meet her gaze. The expression on her face is hard to read. She's smiling, but at the same time there's definitely a hint of sadness behind her eyes. I should have seen this coming. I guess it really is my own fault. Oh, don't do this. Don't. No. Can we please just let this go well? Please just let this go well. Oh my god. Fault? What do you mean? I was selfish. Oh, for God's sake, don't, Sayori. Please don't do this. What? How? I really like you too, Troy. I should be feeling relieved, happy even at hearing those words. Yeah, I can't help but feel something is terribly amiss. I think I always have, even when we first met. She's literally crying! Why are you crying? Stop that! She smiles warmly at me, but there are tears forming in her eyes that trickle down her face as she blinks. You've always been so nice to me, even when I didn't deserve it. Even after we drifted apart, you were still willing to talk to me and see how I was doing. You took an interest in my club, even though I didn't think you'd enjoy literature. And at first, I was a little unsure. I wasn't sure if things would be like how they were when we were kids. Deep down, I was hoping they would, and over time, I guess I got my wish. Because they did. Your jokes, your personality, just by being around you. Every day was a walking reminder of easier times. I don't get it, Sayori. If you like me too, and you're happy with me being around, then what's the problem? She shakes her head. It's not that easy. You just don't understand. Of course I don't, Sayori. Can you blame me? I can tell something going on with you, but every time I try and help, you shut me down. Is it any surprise I don't understand? Oh, don't do this. No, let her tell you. Let her tell you. Just shut up. The day before the festival where you wouldn't even talk to anyone, and that day where you weren't in school, something wasn't right that day, and it was just a gut feeling. I've always been able to tell when something's wrong, Sayori, no matter how well you hide it. I really wish you couldn't. That horrible nightmare you had. You know some of the things you were saying? You think you're useless? That you don't want to do it anymore? What are you talking about? Please, Sayori, just tell me. What's so tiring? What don't you want to do anymore? Why do you think you're useless? Did someone say something nasty to you? Swear to God, if someone's been saying stuff, tell me and I'll go and... You're right, Troy, there is someone. She's going to say it's me. Oh, don't do this. Don't do this. I clench my fist so hard I can feel my nails digging into my palm. Who? It's me. Oh. I blink, stupefied. That was the last response I expected to hear. You? What on earth is that meant to mean? You're saying stuff to yourself? We're just going on in circles here, Sayori. Please. Enough with the mysteries and the vague answers. I've been honest with you. What could this horrible dark secret be that makes you so useless and unlikable? Depression. For the second time this evening, I'm at a complete loss for words. Huh? There. That's my secret, Troy. You're depressed? I've had depression for most of my life. Oh. Oh my God, Sayori. That's probably the most lackluster response I could have given you. I'm sorry. Don't be. I wouldn't have expected you to know how to respond. She gives a short, humorless laugh. I don't know what to say. I had no idea. I never would have known. You always seem so happy, cheerful. But I don't get it. I thought you were so happy. She sighs as tears slowly leak down her cheeks. No, Troy, I never was. It was just a mask. I really tried to keep it up. Her voice wavers as she speaks. Fresh tears fall down her face. But unlike the day of her nightmare, she makes no attempt to hide them. Her secret has been laid bare. Every day. Waking up, getting ready, walking to school. All of the things that people take for granted. And it's been so scary, so difficult. I was so scared that at any moment I'd let my mask slip and you'd see the real me. So, that's what you're referring to when you said it was tiring? That you didn't want to do it anymore? She nods sadly. I'm just glad it wasn't suicidal, because that was where I was thinking. Like, didn't want to do it anymore, that she wants to kill herself. I mean, it's still not good, but it's better than the alternative, if that makes sense. And all the other things too, like waking up and eating too. I don't have the energy to cook actual meals. So that's why I went for pizzas and other junk food. God, it's all coming together now. And the whole thing has been so bittersweet. Seeing you again, hanging out just like we used to. For the first time in what feels like such a long time, I felt something that felt alien to me. Happiness. It wasn't much, but it was something, enough to help me through these days. Like when you warmed my hands up. I felt so bad in asking you to help, but sometimes I just couldn't help it. It's so hard fighting against what your heart wants. And as I started to like you, it terrified me. But why? Because it was getting harder and harder to resist being selfish. Selfish? Selfish and dragging you into my mess. You shouldn't be bothering with someone like me. Part of me wondered if me being so miserable would put you off. Another sad smile. But it didn't seem like you minded. No, you really stuck around and tried your best to comfort me, even though I was horrible to you and kept you at a distance. And now here we are, a situation that's both what I want and fear the most. I'm worthless, Troy. I couldn't care less about myself, I just want the others to be happy. And now I've messed that up because now you know about my depression and knowing you'll definitely worry. I really couldn't win either way. I'm so sorry for dragging you into this, Troy. I tried so hard. But with you here telling me like you like me too, oh, Jesus, Sayori. Ugh. I can't cope with this. Her voice is a mess at this point, a whirling mess of tears and anguish. For once, I just wants to embrace that selfishness and be your girlfriend. It's almost like another person who looks just like Sayori has been talking. No, it is like it's a different person. As she spoke, I was sinking further and further into disbelief. How could it be that my happy, carefree childhood friend was harbouring such a sad secret? You're definitely not selfish at all, Sayori. How could you be? You're one of the most selfless people that I know. You make it your duty to make everyone else happy. I could never not care about you. You're my best friend. I'd do anything to make you happy again. I'm just so glad you told me this. Why? Oh, just come here. Please don't hug me. Ignoring her cries, I embrace her, holding her close to me. To my surprise, though, she pulls free and pushes me away from her. I didn't even know she had this strength. I'm sorry, Troy. I really can't deal with this right now. Can you please leave? Leave? Sayori, look at what you've just told me. Do you honestly expect me to just go like it didn't mean anything? Yes. I stare at her incredulously. Her resolution doesn't change. All sorts of feelings are swirling through my head right now, and I'm still trying to process what she's just told me. And even after suffering for years, she's still this stubborn? Anger floods through my veins. Probably an unreasonable reaction, but at this point I'm too emotionally charged to listen to her rationality. Oh, so that's how it is, right? I'm allowed to tell you my problems and you're allowed to cheer me up, but I'm not allowed to help you. What kind of friendship is... Oh, why are you saying that? What? Why is this character such an absolute insensitive moron? You don't clock onto things fast enough, and then you treat people like garbage when you don't like what they're saying. MC Troy is kind of an asshole sometimes. Oh my god. Can't cope with this. Ugh. I can't cope. I am... You'll never understand. Yeah, not with that attitude I won't, I agree. Of course I won't, because you never let anyone in. Is it any surprise I don't understand? I instantly regret raising my voice the moment the words leave my mouth. Just go, please. Without any choice left, I dejectedly comply. Back in my own house, my mind is still racing at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Now the heat of the moment has passed, I ashamedly realise that I probably handled that pretty poorly. Probably? Are you kidding me? Yes, it was frustrating being kept in the dark, then having such a huge bombshell dropped on me, and then again being unable to help, but getting angry at her was the worst thing to do. Yes, it was, you absolute moron. Buttered! Has anyone killed themselves yet? Jesus, dude. Man, I'm such an idiot. Ugh. God damn it, Emmy. So much for female intuition, eh? Well, there's one person who hopefully should be able to help. Do you know what really just scared the life out of me? As I pressed enter, a notification for some website popped up in the corner of my screen. Wow. fjackets.com are the person I'm apparently going to talk to. Cool. What? Who are you? Why are you giving me a notification on my desktop? Go away. So who am I ringing? Is it going to be my mum or is it going to be Monica? I kind of hope it's Monica, you know. Let's find out. Grabbing my phone, I hastily punch in a phone number and hope she's free. Oh, it's Mum. Okay. Troy, hi. What's up? Mum, I told Sayori how I felt and it didn't go well. Yeah, but not for the reason you think. I don't really know how to put this because I'm still trying to process it myself, so I'll just lay it out. Sayori likes me too, but she couldn't bring herself to act on those feelings because she's depressed. There's a heavy silence for a beat. Depressed? I know, Sayori of all people. Oh, I see. My goodness, that's awful. Poor girl. I hope she'll be alright. I really hope she will be. Mom acted like such an idiot. What happened? Well, when she told me she was depressed, I tried to comfort her by hugging her, but she pushed me away and told me to leave. And I'm kicking myself. Go on. Her tone is gentle. I got angry at her and I raised my voice. It was just so frustrating not being able to help her, and I wasn't thinking straight. Oh, darling. You're not an idiot at all. I understand it must have been so frustrating. No, shouting at her wasn't the best idea, but it's not like you set out to hurt her, is it? Well, no. It happens during arguments, don't worry. There are so many other things too. She said she feels worthless, and she felt selfish in even telling me what was going on. So that explains why she rejected your hug. There's a sigh on the other end. Sweetheart, this must be so difficult for both of you. It must feel so overwhelming. Believe me, I know what your situation is like. You do? I once dated someone with depression, and it wasn't easy. It's one of the hardest things to watch someone we love suffer like that. And we just don't understand it when they say such negative things about themselves. It was horrible, Mum. It didn't even feel like Sayori was talking. I never saw it coming. I mean, I knew that something was going on with her. But I just thought having days where you're in a low mood were normal, you know? Well, from what I've gathered, she's awfully convincing at wearing that facade. If it's any consolation, I don't think anyone could have guessed that she was depressed. Either way, the worst part about depression is probably that it's just so loud and convincing. It's got a horrible tendency to dominate the thoughts of whoever's got it. And it can be really hard for them to take off the depression-tinted glasses. It's an illness, and unfortunately mental illnesses can be just as significant as physical ones. Something I wish this country would recognise. Yes! So what can I do for her? What can I do? Can I even do anything? You definitely can help her out. I didn't mean to make you feel like you were powerless or anything. It's okay. I'm glad you're being honest, I guess. It's just kind of hard to realise exactly what we're dealing with here, so it'd help to be informed, right? You become really mature, Troy. I'm proud of how well you're handling this. I'm not handling this well at all, Mum. I had no idea how to react. I shouted at her. She was in tears. Would anyone who isn't a mental health professional know how to deal with what you've just been told? Anyway, the most important advice I can give you is not to expect a quick fix. Depression isn't something that can be fixed with love. It isn't your job to fix her, but you can still help her. I was starting to think I was totally useless here. Of course not, darling. She loves you as well, don't forget. It won't be all doom and gloom. You'll have days where things will be normal, days where she really isn't faking her mood. But then you'll also have days where she won't have the energy to get out of bed. Days where she just won't feel like talking to anyone. And it's really important that you're as patient and understanding as you can be during those days. Oh, and communication's a big one. That goes for any relationship, really. It sounds really obvious, but talk to her. Let her tell you about how she sees the world and what her thoughts, feelings, and fears are. There's going to be problems. There's going to be fights. Those are healthy, part of any relationship. If something's bugging you or someone's bothering her, just talk it out. Communication is the key to a successful relationship, believe me. I can't help but laugh. You sound like one of those relationship gurus. It's a mother's job to guide her children, you know. As an aside, never underestimate how helpful it can be just to listen to someone's problems and worries. Just having someone listen can be so helpful, more than you could ever realise. Funny you mentioned that, because I was going to ask if Sayori could seek a therapist or doctor. Yes, I think that's probably for the best. Although things like therapy and medication don't always work for everyone, it's tempting to see it as a magical fix, but just remember it will take time. There's so much more I want to discuss, but unfortunately you caught me at a really bad time. It's times like these in particular that I feel awful for not being around. It'd be really nice to see you, Mum. I'm really hoping I can come visit soon, and for what it's worth, you're much stronger than you realise, and I'm very proud of you. Just remember that, okay? I'll try. Give it a day or two before you talk to her, by the way. I think she'll need a bit of time to cool off. I'm sure that if you apologise for getting angry and rationally explaining your side of things, she'll come around. She never struck me as a girl who could hold a grudge. Emotions are running high, and from what I can gather, she'll understand it. And I know it seems really bleak right now, but it will be okay, Troy. I just know it. And I really hope so, Mum. Just remember that your support will be just as important as what a doctor or therapist can offer her. You've really got such a big heart. Show her just how big that heart really is. I love you. Love you too, Mum. And thanks for everything. Anytime. Ring me whenever you need help, okay? Click. Jeez. Do you know, really, I expected, because I knew this was going to go wrong, right? I gathered it. And to be fair, in the base game, you literally do tell Sayori, if you tell Sayori you love her, you tell her in the middle of her confessing her depression. So I should have seen this coming, but I don't know, I kind of expected her to agree and then the facade would slip afterwards. And that they would play off the drama there, like, I'm your boyfriend and I didn't even know about this. You know, I thought that was where they were going to go. So they've completely flipped it on, to me at least, to do it so quickly, but jeez. So it tells me that's just a taste of what's going to come. Which is, you know, a little bit scary. Mom coming in clutch, exactly. Feels like such a lot happened in a short space of time. I just hope Sayori and I can patch things up. Oh, jeez. Transition. Well then, that got a bit dark. Wonder where it's going to go from here then. Because obviously you got to get with Sayori, like... Oh, so did I ask her on a Friday, I'm guessing. Even the music, it's still the bad music. Ooh. Man, am I glad it's Saturday today. There'll be no chance in hell that I'd be able to concentrate if today were a school day. A revelation keeps replaying over and over in my mind. It's so sad, dude. Like, honestly, it's such a hard thing for people to deal with generally, and then when it's written as well as it is here, it is quite a sad thing. That was so sad. It really is. It really is. Revelation keeps replaying over and over in my mind. Depression, a nasty sounding word, and in some ways quite foreign. I guess I was kind of sheltered. Prior to Sayori, I never even knew any people with the condition. It was something I was of course aware of, but I never paid any real thought to it. I mean, I knew what it was. Psychology has always been at least vaguely interesting to me, but I never really saw a real reason to look into it. And Sayori said that she's been depressed for most of her life. So I can't help but wonder, when did it all develop? I'm going to think it's when we split up, wasn't it? What caused it? Was she bullied? Or did a close friend or family member die? There are so many things I want to ask her right now. But as Mum said, it's best to give Sayori some time to cool off. I'll give it a couple of days. Besides, I've got a lot of homework to be getting on with. Well, that Sakurai's out of the way first. Man, the end of the war really had huge effects on the world. It's time for a break, I reckon. What to play? What to play? Destroy all humans. I can't believe that I timed it so badly that literally I'm on the final mission of the game. And I died twice, so I'd have beaten it if I'd have just did it first time. But I'm literally sat paused in the final boss fight. What a time to stop to stream. Honestly. Alright. It really is a first world problem to have so many games available but still not know what to play. Colourful looking title catches my eye. Destroy all humans. Destroy all humans. Destroy all humans. Man, not even the escapism from video games is doing the trick. Perhaps I should go for a walk instead. Being cooped up indoors probably isn't doing any favours for my health. Mum used to harp on about the importance of fresh air. She's right. I stand up and stretch, wearily rubbing my neck. It's funny, the things like that parents say to you when you're little, you always think, oh, it's such rubbish, but it's really true, and as you get older, you really do realise it. Things come full circle, because you think, going outside doesn't make much of a difference, and then, like, for me, especially, like, the way I've felt mentally during the lockdown, like, it hasn't always been very golden, to put it very mildly, without going too much into it, and just the effect that going outside for a walk had is ridiculous. It really does. Like, fresh air really can help. I stand up and stretch, wearily rubbing my neck. Yeah, some fresh air wouldn't go amiss. At this point in the day, the park is rather quiet. Not as many people come to this part of the park anyway, which is a shame because this part is arguably the prettiest thanks to the lake. Ooh, that nice music in the background. Nice bit of piano. Lovely. Being in the middle of November, there's a definite chill in the air, although I'm wrapped up warm so I can barely feel it. There's a comfortable lull in the air, especially after the overwhelming nature of last night. The silence is a perfect antidote, being therapeutic and calm. Sure, I have the house to myself, but there's no substitute for fresh, cool air. Maybe my parents were right when they kept up that healthy body, healthy mind mantra. As calm as the atmosphere is, it's not doing much for the whirlwind that is my mind. Looking back, how could I have been so stupid? How did I miss all the signs? Am I really that dense? Thinking about it, the fairy tale poem makes so much sense now. The selflessness, the devotion of keeping others happy regardless of her own mental state. I could see it. Why couldn't you? The signs were all there. Struggling to wake up on time, which explains why she was always late. And the nightmare. When she finally told me her most painful secret, how did I respond? By shouting at her and making her cry. Great friend you are, Troy. No wonder she didn't even want to tell me in the first place. I was so pushy, so demanding, and yet, when she told me, instead of being empathetic and understanding, I did the exact opposite. It wouldn't even surprise me if she didn't want to be friends anymore. Okay, don't push it. Let's not be melodramatic. Mom was right. Like, she's not the kind of person to hold a grudge. We know this. Would she ever forgive me? Well, whether she should or not is a whole other question. I bet someone's going to pop up. They're probably right. Someone probably will appear here and be like, hey, you okay? Please be Monica. Please be Monica. Please be Monica. Even if she did forgive me, what could I even do about her depression? Her self-perception seems so cemented. Would I be making things worse by getting involved? Or would I be able to help her? I don't know. I don't know. Being a normal teenage guy doesn't really afford me much sensibility. Even though it might sound a bit melodramatic, I can't help but feel like I barely even know Sayori anymore. How much of her happiness is just a mask? It can't be all of it. Troy? Someone is coming. It's Yuri! Oh, okay. Alright. Being so lost in my thoughts, I didn't even notice Yuri's presence. Oh, hey, Yuri. Didn't see you there. I'm not bothering you, am I? You look rather deep in thought. Oh, you're fine. It'll be nice to have some company, actually. She smiles shyly and takes a seat next to me. The accompanying silence is not awkward in the slightest, which surprises me. Then again, Yuri is no stranger to deep thoughts herself, and she's definitely used to being reflective and quiet. I didn't expect to see you here. Didn't expect me to come to a quiet park when it's getting dark, especially in the middle of winter, huh? Not really, no. The dark and cold combined tend to put most people off. If you don't mind me asking, what brings you here? Well, there's a lot on my mind, and I figured some fresh air would do me good, you know? Ah, I see. Perhaps we're more alike than I first imagined. Whenever I'm troubled by something, I always find a quiet period of reflection in the evening can be really helpful. Something about the stillness of the night. It's much easier to think when you're in an environment such as this one. Yeah, it is. Especially when you're feeling overwhelmed, it helps just to take a step back and breathe. I've actually known this park for as long as I can remember. My parents used to take Sayori and I here all the time. Countless memories throughout the years. That sounds wonderful, Troy. To be able to share such happy times with someone as you both grew up. Although I'm curious, given how much time you two seem to spend with one another, I would have thought Sayori would be with you now. Oh, am I going to tell her? I don't know whether I want to tell Yuri this. I'm not sure. Like, telling my mom, fine, but I don't want to start making it the village rumour. I don't want to play Chinese whispers. Although Yuri probably could be trusted, but still. I looked down momentarily, poking a twig with my shim. Well, we kind of had a fight. Oh. It comes as quite a surprise, given how close you two seem to be. Then again, I suppose it's inevitable that fights occur between people, no matter their dynamics. Yuri starts fiddling with her hair. Not that I mean to pry, but may I ask why you had a fight in the first place? I grimace as I reply. As much as I enjoy talking to Yuri and appreciate her company here, there's no way I can reveal Sayori's secret to her. Good choice, good choice. It's not that I don't want to tell you it, and it's nothing personal. I understand completely, Troy. I suppose it was a rather personal question. She told me something really private, and that horrible familiar feeling of shame bubbles up whenever I recount how I react to her confession. I didn't take it very well, and I said some really stupid stuff. I got angry at her, and I shouted at her, I'm an awful friend. I leaned forward, burying my face in my hands. There's an awkward, heavy silence for a few moments. Troy, I know that I haven't known you for as long as Sayori has. Please believe me when I say you're not an awful friend. I don't know what was said between you two, but everyone says things they don't mean during arguments, especially when tensions are running high. That's something my parents once told me, and it really is true. If you take my argument with Natsuki back in September, in the heat of the moment I said some rather hurtful things. However, I didn't actually mean them. I'm fairly confident that Natsuki feels the same way too. Please don't be too hard on yourself. I can tell Sayori means a lot to you, and you're ever so patient and kind with her. If I may be so bold to say, perhaps you don't realise it, but you do a lot for her. Little things such as walking to school with her in the mornings, and walking her home in the afternoons. But most importantly, whenever she's feeling sad, you really take it upon yourself to find out what's wrong with her, so you can comfort her. Sorry. We can all see that you care, and that your care and consideration for her shines like a beacon. Yeah, it's all well and good and all, but I still hurt her really badly. Friends always hurt each other, Troy. It's just an unfortunate reality of being human. From what I can gather, she isn't someone who could hold a grudge. So whatever issue there is between you guys, I'm confident you'll be able to sort it out. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound presumptuous or anything. You've not been presumptuous in the slightest, Jerry. Your insight has been really refreshing. I still feel bad, but you made me realise that perhaps things aren't as bleak as they seem. So, thank you. Seriously, it means a lot. You're a really good friend. Well, thank you, Troy. I'm glad I was able to help. Can't help but grin. Yuri's shyness has always been endearing, especially as it clashes against her intelligent, mature outlook oh so much. Anyway, I could ask you the same question. What brings you here? Well, it's okay. You don't have to disclose anything. I won't pry. But just know if you ever need someone to talk to, I'm here. And so are the other girls, okay? I remember how horrible those people during the festival recital were to you, and I'd hate to think you were suffering in silence or anything like that. Oh, Troy, you really are too kind. I very much appreciate your words, and I'm very glad Sayori told you about our club. I know I said it back in September, but honestly, I'll say it again. I'm just grateful you guys accepted me with open arms. You didn't judge me because I wasn't a poet, nor did you ever laugh at how bad my poems were. I know they weren't particularly to your taste, but you still gave me good advice and feedback. Well, I believe that everyone should be included. No one deserves to be an outcast, irrespective of their hobbies, interests, or their writing ability. I just wish others would be accepting and inclusive of those with interests that go against the norm. She's nervously picking at her sleeves, almost pulling them up over her hands. Well, for what it's worth, I think your interest in horror and taste in literature and poetry is pretty cool, Yuri. Makes for a nice change of discussion, and it gives you interesting stuff to talk about. Like when you discussed Frankenstein's monster with me at lunchtime. I never really gave it much thought, but after you had that talk with me, it helped me realise that we shouldn't just take stuff at face value. Oh, and your poems are awesome. I hope that one day I'll be able to write to your level. That really means a lot. I'm glad you have such an open mind, Troy. In this day and age, to find a mind so free of prejudice and misconception, it's truly a breath of fresh air. Thank you. Anyway, I don't mean to cut short a discussion, but unfortunately I have a lot of homework to be getting on with. Ah yeah, me too. Procrastination can only get you so far. It's a Saturday night. Are you really going to go and do homework on a Saturday night? I wouldn't. Yuri, maybe. MC Troy, if he's anything like me, which to be fair, he isn't, because I would not react so bluntly to depression. Mainly because I know friends who've got it and I understand it a bit better. But, you know, swings and roundabouts. I still, you know, would respond better. But, like, on that extent, if you never catch me doing homework on a Saturday, unless I had so much that I couldn't do on a Sunday, which has been very rare. Anyway. Procrastination can only get you so far, eh? Catch you later, Yuri. Hope everything gets better. And you, Troy. With a wave, we both depart. Okay. That was cool. We got some nice little Yuri content in the Sayori route. I appreciate that. Although, you know, bit of Natsuki content wouldn't go amiss either. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge game. Come on, give me some Natsuki content. Or Monica, you know. There's 4 beeps in the alarm and 3 on there. Inconsistency! No, okay, right. Another day at school, so it's a Monday now, I guess. At least it's mid-November now, so the Christmas break isn't too far off. Why is there new music? After finishing my morning route, I head outside, tentatively waiting for Sayori. Yuri's words were helpful, but I was naive to think things would just go back to normal. There's no sign of Sayori, and I feel like texting her is off the table. With a sigh, I make the journey to school alone. Oh, God. Please don't do what I know you've done in the main game. Because the last time, we walked to school alone, and then changed our mind. Sayori did something that we all would rather forget about. So I'm really scared. I'm scared. Learning about the interwar years should by all means be interesting, and even with Sakurai's enthusiasm and humour injected into the lessons, I still can't find myself enthusiastic about the topics he's discussing, because despite my best efforts to remain occupied over the weekend, the worry I have for Sayori was always there, lurking at the back of my mind. I hate this silence. Not being able to talk to someone you really want to is crushing. Ah, Troy. I don't suppose you'll be able to answer that question. Huh? Please don't tell me I'm such a boring teacher that you can't even pay attention. If word got out I was sending my students into a stupor, I'd get fired on the spot. Although I'd probably do well in the hypnosis business. There's a light smattering of laughter. He's still looking at me expectantly, so I force a grin on my face. Sorry, sir, I didn't understand the question. Could you repeat it? He does so, and I answer. He nods approvingly, although there's traces of concern on his features. The rest of the lesson drags on at what feels like a snail's pace. I'm supposed to be taking notes from our textbook and answering the question, but my mind has been on autopilot ever since I woke up this morning. By all accounts, the progress I've made has been pretty mediocre. Everything okay, Troy? He's keeping his voice low and quiet, crouching next to me. You don't quite see myself today. Pardon me if that's an incorrect assessment. He motions towards my notes. You're normally ahead of the game when it comes to classwork. Not that I mind too much. Everyone's allowed to slack now and again, right? Everyone's allowed to snack now and again. He chuckles, but I barely even respond. Yeah, I'm good, sir. Sorry, just had a long weekend. Might as well attempt to stab at humour. And by a long weekend, no, I don't mean staying up playing video games. That's a shame. Those kind of weekends are the best ones. Anyway, just do your best for now. You've got a good grasp on the topics, so don't worry about it too much for now. Just make sure you know the material for the December exams. Got it, sir. Thank you. Woo! I was expecting some kind of stern telling off, but my lack of progress. Bell's about to ring, everyone. We'll call it there. I love him. What a nice guy. As I'm making my way outside, I spot a familiar white bow. Monica! Hey! Hey, Troy. About to head to lunch, huh? Yeah. I'm really sorry, but I won't be coming to the club today. She raises an eyebrow. Oh? Why is that? Yeah, why is that? Being totally honest with you, I'm really just not in the mood for it. There's just some stuff I need to sort out, and if I came, I don't think I'd be very good company anyway. She nods, but it's hard to read the expression on her face. Okay, that's understandable. By the way, you haven't seen Sayori around, have you? She didn't come to school today. Do you know why? Oh, you're gonna make me choose. I have a really bad feeling they're about to make me choose here. Oh, funny you should ask that. No clue, sorry. Never mind. Strange. Well, I hope you sort out whatever it is that's bugging you soon. Thanks, and sorry once again for bailing. It's okay. There'll be a quiet session, I guess, today. What with the 3 of us. It'll be interesting to see what it's like. Anyway, I've got to go. I'll see you around, Troy. See ya. But I don't get the nagging feeling she's judging me for something. Oh well. Much like the walk to school, the return journey feels equally as empty. With another pang of guilt, I remember all the little jibes I used to fire away about being lazy and unable to get out of bed. Why is it that our brains are so good at reminding us of times we said or did things we really regret? A tiny voice of reason within me tells me I had no way of knowing why she struggled to get up on time. I mean, it's not like I set out to hurt her with my jokes. That kind of playful banter just characterises our friendship. I just wish I could believe that tiny voice of reason a little more. As I make my way to my house, I notice a figure sitting by my doorway. I roll my eyes and suppress the urge to groan. I'm really not in any mood to deal with some religious nutter trying to get me to believe in God. Wait, hang on. That's Sayori? Sayori? Her head shoots up like the sound of my voice. What are you doing here? The sight in front of me is utterly unexpected. Neither of us know what to say. The aftermath of our previous encounter still lingers in the air. Can I come in? Yeah, sure. Oh dear. Thanks. After dumping my school stuff down, I turn to face her. The awkwardness does not dissipate. There's so much I want to say, but I don't even know where to start. I'm really sorry, Troy. Tears immediately fill Sayori's eyes, and the powerful desire to embrace her hits me once more. I really shouldn't have kicked you out like that. I've been so horrible to you, keeping you in the dark. I was just so scared, and the whole thing is just so confusing. No, Sayori, it's me who should be apologising. I'm so sorry for being so pushy, for shouting at you, and for being such a lousy friend. I've been regretting how I acted on Friday ever since. Please don't hate me. Sayori tumbles into my arms, sobbing without restraint. I could never hate you, silly. You're my best friend. I was so scared that after our fight that I pushed you away. I can feel my heart break as she sobs and clings to me. Instinctively, I wrap my arms around her and hold her close. Sayori, you're so silly sometimes, you know that? You could never push me away. I'm your best friend. Although recently I've been wondering if I deserve to be. Huh? Why? I shouted at you. I made you cry. A few of my own tears have started to leak. With concern etched all over her face, she leans forward and carefully brushes her tear away. It's the last thing I wanted to do, and I hate myself for it. Troy, it's okay. Looking back, I really can't blame you. It must have been so frustrating from your perspective. I just want things to go back to normal. Please, can we just put all this behind us? It's like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders just by hearing those words. Hang on, what does she mean by putting everything behind us? Of course we can. And here is me thinking you didn't want to be friends anymore. I can never stay mad at you, Troy. You mean too much to me. Can we agree that we're both a bunch of clowns and we're as bad as each other? Sayori gives a watery smile. She clings to me a little harder. That sounds fair. Oh, to hear that laugh again. I'll always be here for you, okay? Even though I can be a dense idiot at the best of times. That'll never change. She looks up, her eyes swimming with tears. Even with tear marks all down her face and tousled hair, she still looks absolutely beautiful. Here comes the simp again! You really mean that? I gently thumb away one of her tears. Of course I do. She burrows once more into my chest. It feels incredibly intimate to be able to hold her in this state. Why do I keep burping? I'm not marrying a top hat. To be able to hold her in this state of vulnerability. So that's why you waited outside my house? Yeah, I really wanted to see you, but I couldn't face school today, and I wasn't sure if you even wanted to see me. Her voice is slightly muffled as she talks into my shirt. It's kind of funny when you think about it. We both thought the other person didn't want to see us when we both really wanted to see each other. Oh, Sayori, what are we like? She giggles into my chest. At such a close distance I can actually feel the vibration from her laughter. Yuri told me that she didn't think you were the kind of person to stay angry for long. She looks up. Yuri? Why would you say that? Some conversations you keep to yourself. That was one of them, you stupid, big, bloody idiot. I bumped into her over the weekend while I was at the park, needed some fresh air at night. Don't worry, I didn't reveal much, I just told her we had a fight. She was really empathetic and understanding. Oh, that sounds like her. She's just such a dependable friend. Anyway, I guess she's right. I hate conflict and I don't like staying angry at people. Well, that's super convenient for an idiot like me, isn't it? I was going to try and find you earlier, but I thought I should give it a little bit of time first. Ah, well, at least we're here now. I'm so glad you came to find me. I'm super glad we made up. Oops, I got your shirt super wet. Sorry about that. All good. Not the first time you spilled something on me now, is it? Oh, you mean that one time with... Hold up, Sayori. One time? Okay, you made your point, meanie. We both share a laugh, and my god, does that laugh feel good to hear. So, not to do the TikTok thing, but... What about the girlfriend thing? That hurt. This hurts to do. I've never made a TikTok. I don't think I ever will make a TikTok. And doing that makes me uncomfortable. Why am I doing it? I'm doing it for a meme and it makes me uncomfortable. Just like that, all the tension and stress I've been carrying over the past few days has lessened. It's like I can finally breathe again. Anyway, look, Sayori, I had some time to think about what you told me on Friday. And I'll be honest with you, I don't understand depression at all, and I can't imagine what you're going through. But what I do know is I'll do my best to be there for you. Even if it's just as a friend. I know you said you like me too, but you weren't sure about your feelings. So we can go whatever pace you want to go at, if you even want to go at all. It's really frustrating to me because I do like you, Troy. I really do. She bites her lip anxiously. I'd hate to drag you down, to get you involved with my mess. I know you see it like that, Sayori, but I see it completely differently. No one is forcing me to make my decision. I'm choosing to get involved because I want to, because I like you and I don't see you as a burden at all. Think of all the times where you've helped me feel better, or the other girls in the club. You're so good at keeping everyone's spirits high, breaking up fights, restoring the peace. Would it really be so wrong for me to give something back to you? Also, now emote question mark. Oh, don't emote that. That was too far. Everyone's like, I'm done. Oh, God. I know you don't see it, but to me, you're worth an awful lot. I feel like, Jackie, you took that meme a bit too seriously. It was meant to be a joke, yeah? Like, it wasn't actually serious. I don't go around doing... Yeah. Should have been obvious, but whatever. Alright. I know you don't see it, but to me, you're worth an awful lot, and I care about you so much. But, Troy, there are so many other things, other people out there who are more worthy of your time. None of those other people are you, though. No one else on this planet could ever replace you. I grew up with you, Sayori, and you're my best friend for a reason. All the happy memories we've shared, the jokes, the stories, the adventures. I share them with you, and only you. You're such a big reason as to why my childhood was so happy. Really? Of course. We used to see each other like every day. Our parents used to say we were inseparable. And here we are now, even after years apart, we get along like nothing ever happened. So believe me when I say that you're very special to me, and you've got a heart of gold whether you can see it or not. Oh, Troy. She starts to sniffle again. No one's ever said something like that to me before. Well, I'm glad to be the first. I'm still unsure, and it's still really confusing, but your hugs are really comforting. They make me feel like everything might be okay, if just for a few moments. I know what you want me to say, but I don't know. I still feel like I'm being selfish. And I thought you liking me back would make the rain clouds in my head go away. It's like there's a little ray of sunshine now, but it's still raining. Even though Mum told me that depression was no quick fix, Sayori's words still disappoint me. Mum did say it wouldn't be easy. Guess I'm really starting to find out just how difficult this can be. That's okay, Sayori. I guess it was naive for me to think I could just come in and fix everything. That would be nice, though. I guess we could just start by taking everything really slowly. Like, could we not jump into going on official dates or telling everyone we're together just yet? Of course, whatever pace you want to go with, like I said. I'm not making the wrong choice, though, am I? Just please tell me if I'm being a burden, and I won't hold it against you if you don't want to be with me anymore. You don't have to worry about that at all, trust me. Although, as much as I like you, I don't want you going through this just because it's what I want. No, I kind of want it too. Kinda? I do want it, it's just... I just can't shake off the feeling that I'm not worth your time. And even though what you said now just really helped, feeling worthless is something I've felt for a long time. It's hard to shake off that feeling. But by being with you, the rain clouds don't feel as bad. I'll be okay, Sayori. I just know it will. I'll see you through this storm, and I'll be your umbrella. Oh, that's really sweet. Yeah, that's actually one of the sweetest things you ever said to me. That was nice. Very nice. Very nice. That's actually one of the sweetest things you ever said to me. Poetic, too. Looks like the literature club is really rubbing off on you. I know, right? I'll definitely be the next Shakespeare. Just you wait. Anyway, I guess it's for the best that we're taking things slow, because the December exams are coming up. As much as I don't really want to, we should probably both be focusing on those. Yeah, you're right. But once they're over, I take her hand looking her fingers with mine. We'll just have to wait, won't we? Anyway, speaking of work, I should probably get started with revision. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll see you later, okay? Okay. I hold my arms out and we embrace once more. I always be able to hold her close to me, inhaling her scent, playing with a strand of her hair. It's heaven. Before I can stop myself, I plant a soft kiss on her forehead and break free, closing the door before my mind catches up to my lips. I swear I can hear a soft giggle as she closes the door behind her. Well, there we go. We've got Sayori girlfriend achievement unlocked, 200 points. Well done. Cool. I should be happy about this, but I just know it's not going to last in a good way, and I'm really worried about that. So, yeah. Exciting. Come on, Troy, tie that knot. Literally. Did Jackie actually leave? To be fair, he literally said from the start that this wasn't for him, so I don't know why he hung around for so long, bless him. It's not of offence to him. If everyone wants to support the stream, it's fine. It's just, you know, if you don't like the game, you don't like it. It's a matter of opinion, isn't it? If you don't like it, then that's your prerogative. I don't like a lot of anime stuff, so, you know. Okay, everyone. We finished sharing poems a little earlier than usual today, so I guess we've got a little bit of free time before we have to pack away. Don't know about you guys, but I'm super relieved all these exams are over. Geez, we've skipped a bit of time, haven't we? Past 2 weeks have been a blur of notes, frantic last-minute cramming, and a bucket load of stress. Student life in a nutshell. Thankfully, today marks the end of the assessments. It also didn't help that I was dying to spend more time with Sayori. Yo, Trey, remember what happened last time you told Sayori you loved her? Don't you... Stop that! No! Stop it! Me too. How did everyone's exams go? Mixed bag, to be honest. I was never a huge fan of maths, so that one definitely could have gone better. Tell me about it. Physics wasn't much better. Coulomb's law, Ohm's law, Lenz's law. I still don't get any of them. Biology went pretty well, though. We were learning all about the brain for this semester. So many different parts. And they've all got funny names. Labelling it was tricky, though. What are the 4 lobes? Frontal, parietal. Oh, temporal. And something else. I learned this in Psychology A-level. Why can I not remember it? Ah, frontal, parietal, temporal, and... I don't know, the 4th lobe. That's actually going to really annoy me now. Oh! I'm actually annoyed. Damn it. It's fascinating to think that while we're learning about how brains work, our own brains are active processing it all. Don't you think? Oh, I didn't read Yuri's properly. Sorry. Yeah, if you're a zombie. I'm not sure I understand. Zombies aren't capable of high cognition, and geez, Yuri, it's because they like to eat brains. It was a joke. Oh, Yuri. Did you do well? I suppose my performance wasn't too bad. Pfft, come on, Yuri. We all know you're a real smarty pants. I bet you aced, like, all of your subjects. You really know how to put her on the spot, don't you, Natsuki? Anyway, to answer your question, Troy, I'm definitely with you. I've never been a fan of exam season. The amount of stress involved, she wearily rubs her temples. You have to juggle academics with your I can't speak. You have to juggle academics with your extracurriculars, don't you? Mm-hmm. High expectations don't make life any easier either. My face drops for a moment. But that's enough of that. Why don't we have a Christmas party? Ooh, like a Halloween one? That was so fun. Yeah, but not as long, don't worry. And it's different for each route, so don't panic before anyone says anything. Why is Troy playing DD? Because it's a good game, it is. Also, why are you asking this now on part 3 of the playthrough? And 4th of the Doki Doki episodes? Could have asked me this on Discord ages ago. Pretty much like that, yes. That's a wonderful idea. A good way to see the year off. Yeah, okay. Can't see why not. Yay! Well, that's a pretty unanimous vote. You can host it around mine, by the way. I motion towards Monica and Yuri. As I imagine you model students won't want to break into school twice. Imagine if they did. I don't really think that's quite the Christmas spirit, though, is it really? Breaking into school? Maybe not. You'd be correct. Her stern visage portrays no humour. Looks like my joke didn't quite go to plan. Anyway, now we've all got all that sorted, she quickly checks the clock. I'm going to have to get going, so now's a good time to call the session here. I'll see you guys at the party. Let's make a move, Sayori. Okay, I'll see you guys later. With a wave, we all pack away and go our separate ways. Oh. So that was just there to announce the party. Is it not Secret Santa? We normally do Secret Santa. But they didn't mention it, and now they're saying, I'll see you all at the party. Interesting. Ooh. By all accounts, today would be a day spending with Sayori. After our club meeting, though, she texted everyone suggesting a Secret Santa idea where we all buy each other presents. There we go. Funnily enough, I ended up with her as my Santa, which put a dampener on things. I was looking forward to Christmas shopping with her. As I didn't fancy going alone, I decided to message Yuri and see if she wants to come with me. Right, so in the Yuri route, you kind of like, you go out and do some things with Natsuki. On the Sayori route, you go out and do some things with Yuri. And on Natsuki's route, you kind of do some things with Sayori. There's kind of like a cycle going on here. Troy should stream this game called Doki Doki to your Lift Club. We're not. No, stop that. I've already seen the first hour in my Discord. We're not doing that again. No, not doing it again. Head out the stream isn't my thing. No worries. Right. As I wasn't Yuri's Santa, she agreed, although in typical Yuri fashion, she was quite surprised that I wanted to go shopping with her. Some things never change. So any idea what to get Monica? Oh, I love her coat. I have some ideas, but nothing I'm truly certain on. Part of the downside for shopping for someone is when you don't know them well, you can never be sure what they want. If it's any consolation, I don't really know what to get Sayori either. Truth be told, I've never been that great with presents. Maybe a new bow? Or some new clothes? But women's clothing makes no sense to me. Never really talked to Sayori about her fashion sense. Well, we have the entire day ahead of ourselves, Troy. It would be sensible to look at the recipient's hobbies and go from there, wouldn't you think? Hopefully we'll be able to find something. Bless her. At this time of the year, the streets are very busy. Are they? They don't look it. Alright, okay, I get it. It's just the background. I get it. It's a DC that we'll play on Discord. Will we play it on Discord? Who said I was going to carry on with it? I think I did. Seems like half the entire town decides to do their Christmas shopping today. From the constant fiddling of her hair and the nervous look in her eyes, it's clear that Yuri isn't a fan of crowds. She's standing quite close to me, her eyes bouncing around whenever someone passes close to her. You know, I've had an idea. Oh? Well, Monica plays the piano, right? So I'd imagine she'd be into music. Have you ever spoken to her about what kind of bands she likes? Any musicians in particular? You know, now that you mention it, yes, we have had discussions about her musical preferences before. While our tastes aren't exactly aligned completely, we both tend to appreciate music with thoughtful lyrics. She has a preference towards music that has lyrics with clever wordplay. If I recall correctly, she wasn't much of a rap fan, although she's begun to appreciate the thought and effort that goes into rapping. Much like with poetry, lyrics can be a powerful way to express your thoughts, the battles you're going through, and the demons you face. The effect of music can be incredible, not just on the listener, but the artists themselves. Take the famous singer Freddie Mercury. Outside of the band he was in, he was shy and actually rather introverted. Wait, really? I've always seen him as a really flamboyant and confident. When he was on stage, it was like he owned the whole room. But you see, that was only while he was on stage. As a performer, he was of course bold, confident, and rambunctious as you may think. She stares off dreamily, lost in thought. Yuri? Oh, goodness, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. Anyway, yes, I think the music store would be a fine place to start. Let's make a move, shall we? Ooh, very nice. Thankfully, the music shop is much quieter than the streets outside. As predicted, Yuri visibly reacts as taking a deep breath. Much better. Now, where do you suppose we should start? If I remember correctly, Monica hasn't been playing the piano for long, right? She must still be a novice. So, as my eyes wander, a feasible choice at present grabs my attention. How about these? We amble over, with Yuri looking on curiously. It's basically a guide on how to play popular songs on piano. I flip it over, checking out the description in the back. Note for note, specially created for beginners. Ooh, who? Why is she saying who? Is she an owl? Yuri clearly saw Bohemian Rhapsody in cinemas. Yeah, man, I need to... How have I not seen that film? My mum really wants to go, and I was like, oh, I'll go with you. And then eventually she went, oh, I'm going to go see it with a friend of mine. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I never went myself, so I've never seen the film. So I really need to watch it. Because I've heard very good things about it. She flips through the pages. I've never heard Monica discuss these artists before, so she might not even want to learn how to play any of these songs. Not that your suggestion wasn't a good one. I didn't mean to sound dismissive or anything. It wasn't dismissive, Yuri. It's a pretty smart thing to bring up. It's a suggestion. Let's keep going. It's tempting to get Sayori something from here as well. I knew what her tastes were like when we were younger, but I have no idea if they've changed. Nah, probably best to come with her one day. I remember Monica was talking about this song. I peer over to what she's looking at. The retro aisle, huh? Didn't know she was really into old songs. If I remember correctly, this appealed to her more so from a metaphorical perspective. What's more is that the song is actually a story in itself, initially describing a castaway lost at sea, slowly losing all hope after admitting it's been a year since he wrote his SOS message. What song is that? Not sure. Then describes how he resigns himself to his fate, accepting that he's alone, cut off from the real world with no one to save him despite his efforts. But one day he wakes up and realises there are other bottles scattered around the shore, so he realises that other people share in his loneliness. Ironically, he shares his loneliness with other people. The entire tale told under 5 minutes. Well, it isn't quite what I'd listened to either. The themes that underlie the song and the message it portrays is powerful. The power of loneliness, stemming from an individual cut off from the real world, desperately seeking someone to rescue them, the loss of hope. Man, the conversation between Yuri and Monica will probably go on for hours if this explanation is anything to go by. You really look into this stuff, don't you? Sorry, I know it must be really weird, and you didn't even ask for the analysis. It's not weird at all. I think it's really cool how you don't take a song at face value. Even with lyrics, you find all the metaphors and hidden meanings. It's not something I really do myself, but if it's something you enjoy, power to you, right? Really? Really. Don't be ashamed of who you are, Yuri. You've got your interests, and that's great. I'll admit that they were different in that sense, but I never looked down on you for being more analytical. Besides, it probably helps you in school. Anyway, did you want to get the vinyl for this song, or... well, I don't know if she has a vinyl player. There wouldn't be much point if she doesn't have one. I actually had another idea for a gift, which should hopefully be more dependable. Oh, we're back here again. Back here? Yeah, when Sayori and I were doing festival preparation, we came here for supplies. This place had what we needed, so I'm a little more confident now. Anyway, what did you have in mind? Well, I noticed that Monica handwrites a lot of things. Her poems, her entries in her planner and diary. I've always admired the look and feel of a well-crafted fountain pen. These days, they're quite rare. Most people use biros or ballpoints. A fountain pen, huh? To be fair, fountain pens are quite nice. And in my old high school, they used to make you write with a fountain pen to begin with. Like the thing was, you'd learn how to write joined up, then you'd always write in pencil, and then when the teacher approved it, you would be given the permission to write in fountain pen, and it was like a big thing, and everyone would be like, wow, we can write in pen, that's so cool. And everyone genuinely got excited, which is what's kind of sad about it. But fountain pens are really nice, to be fair. Like, they are really, really nice to use. I haven't used one in a long time, though. Don't need to, really, because biros are just so much easier, as bad as it is. But yeah, fountain pens are lovely. I need to get me a fountain pen, although I wouldn't really use it. Funny you mention that, actually. If you're my Secret Santa, that's probably what I get for you. Guess you both appreciate the same things. Well, I'm not really sure if she would like it, but I suppose it's more dependable than a vinyl, given she doesn't need any equipment to use the gift. Anyway, let's have a look. In front of us lies a shelf, carefully slotted with a wide variety of fancy-looking fountain pens, all in different shapes, sizes, colours, and styles. Yuri takes out a selection of the choices, handling each one with the utmost care. She turns them over in her hands, bringing each pen up to eye level, inspecting it from nib to the edge of the cap. Being totally honest, while I can definitely see their appeal, it's a little boring. I'm sure that to the right person they're much more than just a writing instrument, but for me they're just metal sticks to hold ink. Gaw! How narrow-minded, MC Troy, gaw! I mean, what exactly can you do with a pen? Aside from writing. Objects I have shoved up my video from Meme Stream 1 comes to mind, but we'll leave that out. So my mind wanders, a typical reaction when I'm bored, she calls me over. This one tempts me the most. What do you think? Well, it's definitely pretty. The dark green against the black looks really cool. Feels pretty weighty too. I can imagine she'd really like this one. That last part isn't exactly true, but at this point I'm not exactly keen to spend lots of time in this shop. Yuri has a habit of getting lost in her own little world, and while I don't mind it, it can drag out at times. I like how it comes with its own bottle of ink too. A nice little touch. I think this one will do fine. I inwardly heave a sigh of relief. I had the feeling Yuri would take even longer than Sayori when it comes to shopping. Let's just hope we don't pass by the book aisle. What will you get Sayori? Still have no idea what Yuri does with your pen in base game for 2. With this phone charger wire, I'll be able to gouge my eyes out so I don't have to think about that. Just give Monica a small glass jar. Oh, stop it! Stop! Hockey stick handle. Broomstick handle. Such a stupid video. It never should have been funny the first time, and yet somehow it's still a great meme. Oh dear. I just knocked the whole camera. That was not clever. Oh, jeez, I look pacey today, and also my top is like sliding down my body. Why is it doing that? That's so weird. Gotta look cool, guys. You know, gotta look very, very awesome. Don't know what that face was. Moving on. Oh, I've lost Doki Doki. There it is. We're back. Anything to do with clothes are out of the picture. I don't know what her style or size is. That's true. Like, just get her a bow. You said it already. What does Siri like to do in her free time? Sleep? Eat? Yuri stifles a small laugh. Come on, Troy. You're missing an obvious one. I don't think being clumsy is a hobby. Poetry! Wow. Now I really do feel like an idiot. So, like, a new notebook to write poems in? Never bought a gift for a poet before. That's a viable choice. However, although if I can suggest... Well, far be it from me to tell you what to get her, but given your history together, would it not be... I'm not going to be offended, Yuri, but would it not be better to get a more personalised present? Something that really reminds you of her? A new notebook or pen are, of course, practical gifts, but they aren't particularly personal. Okay, so a more personalised present, something that reminds me of her. For instance, let's look at her poems. They are rather intimate, no? A reflection of her inner thoughts and feelings. Well, I really liked her Bottles poem, and... Wait, that's it! Sorry, I'm not sure if I understand. You can buy little bottles that are illuminated by light. Oh! Poggers! Oh! 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 I'm sorry, what was that? Imagine that coming up in conversation. Fantastic. That's what I was saying, like, it looked like there was a wine bottle behind me last episode, but it's not. It's this nice little bottle with lights in, and it looks really cool, and I really like it. And now it's come up in conversation. That's fantastic. Do you know what? I wonder if I was to... Let me just turn on the preview for a second. How light is that? Kind of. I could put it next to... You can't really see it. We're not going to talk about that. What was that? Oh, God. Oh, right, whatever. I'll pick it up later. Cool. Where were we? Anyway, you get the point. Bottle's cool. Yuri, the ultimate wing woman. Did you just loudly say poggers? Oh my God, I did, didn't I? Let's. Okay. We're gonna pretend I didn't say that. We're gonna move on. Okay. We're gonna move on. Okay. Shh. 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 If I get a few all with different colour lights, they can be metaphors for the happy thoughts she has. Yuri's eyes light up. Oh, such a wonderful idea, Troy. Not only is it very thoughtful, but it's also a wonderful homage to one of her best poems. I guarantee you she will love it. I'm really surprised myself, don't I? Where would you get such a gift from, though? You can order them from the internet. I'll tell you what, actually. Do you want to wrap your present for Monica at my place? I can order Sayori's gift and help you out with that. Are you sure? I've already taken up a lot of your time, and I'd hate to... It's Christmas, Yuri. Well, give or take a few days. Come on. If you're sure. Cool. Oh, so is it going to be the Christmas party next? Exciting. Come on. Give me that Christmas spirit. Yes? Yes! Reluctantly, I drag my eyes away from the anime I'm watching. Right when the bald guy's about to punch his first... I thought the TV was up on the wall there. Is that just me? Is he taking a TV off the wall to put a wreath up there? That's too much effort. Right when the bald guy was about to punch his adversary. Is that One Punch Man? I think I get that joke. Although the intrusion is immediately forgiven once I realise it's Sayori telling me she's here. Hey, someone's in a good mood. As we share an embrace, I affectionately run my fingers through her hair. Of course. Exams are finally over. All our presents are sorted and I get to spend today with you. Why wouldn't I be? Oh, cute. Oh. As we take a seat on the sofa, I offer my shoulder as a cushion, to which she delightfully obliges. Sitting here with Sayori nuzzled into me, an arm around her, feeling her warm body next to mine. Ah, these past few weeks have been worth the wait. Well, given how amazing my present for you is, you're every right to be. I wink at her and her eyes light up, childish excitement all over her features. Ooh, can I try and guess? You can, but that doesn't mean I'll tell you. Gotta wait until the others are here. Okay. Is it a new bow? That was actually something I considered, actually. But given how much that red bow suits you, I didn't want to mess with that. Besides, I don't really know your style very well, truth be told. Well, for future reference, I like blue. A blue bow would go really well with your eyes, which would make you look even prettier. I wonder how hard I'd have to hit myself with this bottle to knock me out. What do you think? Just a big fat swing? Probably do, wouldn't it? I'll keep it on hand. Might need it soon. You're really sweet. Do you know that? I'm serious, Sayori. You know, I don't think I've ever told you this, but you are beautiful. Your eyes especially, and the way your hair falls over your... Jeez, I'm going to cough on my own spit. The way your hair falls over your face, the way your smile lights up a room. How you can make any day better by just being there. Jeez, you can tell that the exam thing's passed and they're really showing their emotions now, because gee whiz, we've just suddenly turned up the simp meter. My God. Love it. Everything that I've been wanting to say to her over the past few weeks is finally tumbling out my mouth. Really? Couldn't tell. It's not like me to be a romantic at all. I don't know where these words are coming from, but they just feel so right to say. I don't think I've ever told you just how much you mean to me. Our faces inch closer, and I can feel her warm breath on my skin. We're going to get kiss blocked. I can see it coming. The silence in the room broken only by my voice, which is lowered to a whisper. I know that our history has been a little inconsistent, but to be honest, you're here now, we're here now, and that's all I care about. She looks at me with a nervous anticipation and coos slightly, eyes shining with bliss. With my heart hammering, I'm aware of what's about to happen. We both lean forward. Wow, is this really about to happen? Told you! It was too obvious! Ugh! Both of our eyes shoot open and I'm 100% sure that the immense pang of disappointment that I'm feeling is mutual. Why now of all times? With a heavy sigh, I reluctantly pull myself away from Sayori and head to the door. Troy, if you do, clock yourself in the back of the head, not the front. Why? Jeez, we're reaching max simp levels, literally. Now this is an Avengers level simp. Oh, he's like Mysterio. Now that is an Avengers level simp. Hey guys, Troy, let's get this party started, shall we? I chuckle and let her in, waving to Yuri and Natsuki as well. So this is your house, huh? Technically it's my parents', actually. She pulls an unimpressed face. Very funny. You keep it in good condition, Troy. Just like how I remembered it. Huh? You've been in it before, Yuri? Sayori shoots me an inquisitive look, and for some reason I'm hit with the urge to hastily explain myself. Yeah, Yuri and I went Secret Santa shopping together. Had to wrap our presents here. Man, did any of you guys struggle with that? Or was it just me being an idiot? Natsuki mutters something under her breath. Nah, I didn't find it too easy either. Pfft, speak for yourselves, guys. It was a walk in the park. Such confidence, Natsuki. Why don't you go first, then? As much as I like Natsuki, it's always darkly satisfying when she gets knocked down a peg or two. Especially when it comes to from someone as calm and shy as Yuri. Natsuki nervously looks around. Well, is everyone even ready to share? Of course. Come on, Natsuki, who do you have? There's a playful smirk playing on her lips. Okay. Anyway, I couldn't wrap it, well, for obvious reasons, duh. She pulls out what looks like some kind of plant from her bag. It's for you, Yuri. A plant? Yeah, it's a peace lily. I did some research on them. They're really good at improving air quality. Don't really know how, but that's beside the point. Anyway, I thought it'd suit you because they're supposedly good for boosting your concentration. I know you like to read a lot, and these plants are apparently really good at helping you focus and calming you down. Aww. Oh, and they're super easy to take care of as well. You got this for me? Unless there's another Yuri in the room. Yeah. Why? Don't you like it? No, it's not that. Well, it's such a thoughtful gift. You're right. It would make for the perfect environment to sit down and read in. Not only would it help me when I write poetry, but it would also make a wonderful addition to my bedroom. Thank you ever so much, Natsuki. It means a lot. It's just a plant, sheesh. But for what it's worth, I'm glad you like it, Yuri. Merry Christmas and all that. Ah, there it is. That merry festive spirit. It's so nice to see Yuri and Natsuki getting along so well, even after their fights and differences. Natsuki's gift took me by surprise. Didn't know she was so thoughtful. Guess she does have a heart after all, eh? I'll give it to you, Natsuki. That was a pretty good gift. You've raised the bar pretty high. Anyway, I guess I'll go next. So she's got the present for Yuri, right? Oh no, for Natsuki. Why would I say Yuri? I just watched Yuri get a present. This is for you, Natsuki. As she pulls out a gift, the expression on Natsuki's face transforms from a thinly disguised indifference to genuine shock. Is that a spice rack? Yep. Comes with a bunch of spices too. Anyway, I figured this could be handy given how much you're into culinary stuff. Wasn't sure what spices to get you, but luckily these came with some of the rack itself. These came with some... But luckily these came with some with the rack itself. Luckily these came with the rack itself, I'm guessing is where they're trying to go there. And if I remember correctly, I think these three are Fennel, Thyme, and one more. Those names probably mean more to you than they do me. Merry Christmas. Jeez, it looks like it cost a lot. Monica dismisses her objection with a wave. Money is money. Don't worry about it. She swallows and composes herself. Thanks, Monica. She looks at the floor. That's really nice of you. All good, Nat. Anyway, who's next? Yuri bashfully reaches into her bag. This is for you, Monica. She hands her the small box we wrapped together. Ooh, wrapped as well? You really did go the extra mile. She unwraps the box, revealing the beautiful fountain pen within. Pardon me if I misjudged. However, I noticed that you do a lot of writing, whether that be for your poems or in your planner. I found this pen to be beautiful, and it writes really well. Can I also just say, what I really like about this this whole situation is, whoever you're dating, you both get Secret Santas for each other, because obviously it's more interesting for the story. But that means that every girl gives presents to different girls in this section. So it's completely different in each of the routes, and even the presents are different, and I love it. Even though some have similar themes, you know, like Natsuki gets one based on cooking, Monica for, like, organization stuff, Yuri for reading. Like, they are all different, so this is, like, new to me, and I really like that. Like, for a section I've played twice before, it's still new and fresh, and I really dig it. It's cool. Oh, so Swampet's here again. Good to see you, dude. He's the lead dev, for anyone who didn't know. Or one of lead devs. The lead? One off? He'd probably say one off. He wouldn't want to admit to being the, even if he was, probably. I don't know. But there you go. So, good to see you again, dude. That was a Hot Fuzz reference, actually. It's my favourite movie. Couldn't resist. Wait, what was a Hot Fuzz reference? Did I miss a Hot Fuzz reference? Where? What was... I'm actually really upset now because I adore Hot Fuzz as well. I love the Cornetto trilogy. I love all three of those films. Have I actually missed a Hot Fuzz? I'm actually livid now. Please catch me up, because I want to know what that reference was now. I found this pen to be beautiful, and it writes really well. And it comes with a bottle of ink, too. Very traditional, Yuri. Should have guessed you'd opt for something like this. You're right, though. It is a very ornate pen. She picks it up, gently rolling it through her fingers. It's a really nice weight to it. Thank you, Yuri. Your timing is pretty good. I was running out of ink with my old pen. The Peace Lily. Oh, God, yeah, the Peace Lily. Idiot. Of course it's a reference to the film. Jeez, to be fair, it has been a few years since I've watched it, so... You know, bear with me, but yeah. Why did I not remember that? Idiot. Fantastic, though. I haven't watched that film in so long. Really need to watch those films all again. Idiot. Sponge Out. Hello. Nice username. Ah, you're most welcome, Monica. I'm glad you like it. I was tempted to go for something musical, something to do with the piano, but I wasn't sure what sort of things you were learning with the instrument, so I figured a pen was a safer bet. Monica loads the pen with ink and gives it a test. She loads it. What is it? A shotgun? Just... Well, another Hot Fuzz reference. Just shame. And then just starts writing. Writes really well. Where'd you get this? I'm tempted to visit the shop myself at some point. Just a shop in town. Just be mindful not to press too hard, as it's really easy for the ink to flow too much. The last thing you'd want is a puddle of ink. Duly noted. Wait, hang on. Going by the process of elimination, Sayori, did we get each other? Well, we are the only ones left, so I think we did, yeah. Do you want to go first? Here you go. She hands me a medium-sized, rectangular object wrapped in snow-themed wrapping paper. Let me guess, a book? All because I joined the literature club, eh? Oh, wow. Definitely not expect to see a younger version of myself smiling up at me. I wasn't really sure what to get you. My first thought was a game, but I'm not sure what you're into, so I thought I'd go for a more sentimental pick. This is one of my favourite pictures of us when we were kids, so I thought giving you my favourite memory would be a good idea. Do we get to see it, please? I remember this day. It was when our parents took us to the fair and we got you that giant cow plushie. Yeah, that's the one. I look fondly at the photo. We're both standing side by side with the cow sitting below us. An impossibly huge grin is on both our faces. I want to get to see it. I want to see it. Come on, man. The cow wasn't much shorter than we were back then. Remind me never to make fun of your ability to pick out a fantastic present, Sayori. This is super thoughtful. The frame itself is a lovely touch as well. Yeah, it's cute. Anyway, I just hope my gift can stack up to yours, Sayori. Here you go. Are these bottles? Yup, but as you can see, there are also coloured lights inside them. Wahey! Yeah, you missed that I actually have one of these right next to me, so Swampert. So, like, this is the most convenient Sayori stream you're ever going to watch, because I didn't even know this was coming. Such wholesome, literally. Is that yet another reference to Monica's Puddle of Ink message? I was thinking that, I just didn't say it. May get to see it in the future, yeah. You're goddamn right it is. Yeah, thought it would be. As you can see, there's also coloured lights inside them. Hang on, let me flip the lights off so you can see what I mean. Ooh! Another thing of the picture on the screen. We only had that for the cupcakes before. There's a collective ooh as the darkness brings out the light's true potential. That's not really a bottle, though. That's more of a jar? Against the blackness, the reds, blues, greens, and yellows flare to life. It feels a bit strange speaking into the darkness, especially when I can't see Sayori's reaction, though. Anyway, I got this as a reference, I guess, to your bottles poem. Couldn't help but notice the bottles represented your happy thoughts. Each light in these bottles are basically a happy memory, a happy thought that I've shared with you. Obviously, I've got more than 4 happy memories with you, but I couldn't exactly buy 100 bottles. Anyway, this is going to sound really cheesy, but all of a sudden I'm grateful that we're in the dark because it makes me much easier to really speak my mind. You're my happy thought, Sayori, and I just wanted to give you something that you could keep as a reminder of that. Merry Christmas. You see, that's lovely. Aww. Aww. I flick the light back on. Geez, you two need to get a room. Sorry, had to be said. Do they know that we're dating yet? Because she said we were going to wait off until after the exams. I mean, Natsuki just said get a room, so... Yeah? Question mark? Troy, this is such a sweet present. I think it's the best gift I've ever had. Indeed, it truly embodies thoughtfulness. I knew it was an excellent choice the very first moment you suggested it. I'll give you credit, Troy. You can really tell you two have been best friends for a while. My cheeks redden as I hear all of their praise. I was hoping the present would be well received, sure, but I wasn't expecting everyone to be so impressed. You guys. Anyway, now all the present sharing is over, does anyone want to play something? What did you have in mind? Well, there are some video games that are multiplayer, and I think I have some board games lying around. There's Monopoly, Trivial Pursuit, Scrabble, Cluedo, some others, hang on. I really do live a wild lifestyle, you know that. Hey, I did suggest video games, but none of you seem that interested. Exactly my point. Yuri quickly interjects. I think Trivial Pursuit could be fun. Yeah, that way we get to see how smart you really are, Yuri. Sure, we can give it a go. You're on, Yuri. I'm not really into competition. Fine. There better be some questions on manga, though. I reckon they all know, even if you haven't told them. Yeah, it probably is quite obvious, to be fair. So, that's probably a fair assumption to make, Hoxton. Oh, Dead Drop, sorry. An hour in. Let's play Payday 2. Well, there's 5 of them. So, sadly not. Also, it's not local co-op, so... You know. They all bring their Nintendo Switches round. Sorry, that was a really negative joke towards Payday 2 on the Switch. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. An hour in, it's very clear the game is clearly between Yuri and Monica, who are roughly neck and neck. To be fair, there's loads on the Switch. You could actually easily do that. But again, it's 4 players. There's 5 of them. They couldn't play Payday 2. Cards Against Humanity. Yes, I like that. I like that very much. Oh, one of my friends just messaged me and said shiny bottle item. Hello, Jack. Hope you're enjoying the stream. There you go. That's for a friend. Right. Although she tries to find the whole thing is boring here, I can tell she's having fun. Currently, it's Sayori's turn. The colour pink? Oh, the entertainment category. The 90s video game characters Banjo and Kazooie are what 2 animals? It's a bear and... It's a bird. Isn't Kazooie a bird? I don't remember. I should know this one. Yeah, so we played it together when we were kids. Can you give me a hint? Sorry, just have to grin and bear it. Nice hint. She pouts, clearly missing the cleverly concealed hint. Well, what are the choices? Yeah, it's a bird, yeah. A bear and a bird, a lizard and a bat, or a gorilla and a monkey. I can't remember. I'm going to go with the bear and bird. Ooh, yay. I got it right. I totally knew that. If you got it wrong, we wouldn't be friends. Hey, let's see what I get. Literature. If she gets this wrong, this is going to be shocking. And this is the thing, I didn't know whether they meant a specific bird or whether they just meant generally a bird. Like, I wanted to just say a bird, but I was like, is it a certain type of bird that kind of doesn't clap? You know, whatever. In the Japanese story, The Spider's Thread, why was Kandata unable to escape hell using the spider web? I have not got a clue. Haven't got a Scooby. The web was an illusion. Other prisoners were also trying to use the web to escape, or the devil cut the web before Kandata could break free. I'm going to say the web was an illusion. That's my guess. Nothing like an easy question, huh? Remember reading this story a very long time ago. This is really going to bother me if I don't get it right. It's B. She flips the card over. Aha! Wait, so everyone else was trying to use the web. That's the reason. Oh, okay, whatever. I knew it. Another point to me. Pfft, nerd. Knowledge is power, Natsuki. Natsuki mumbles something under her breath. Anyway, if I get another geography question, I'm going to flip. What does blue mean again? Don't say it's geography. Okay, it's not geography. She rolls her eyes. It is, isn't it? Her eyebrows furrow as she reads the question. What's the capital of Australia? Melbourne, not Sydney. Melbourne, Melbourne. I hesitated. It's Melbourne. Sydney, Adelaide. Damn it! Oh, for God's sake. I was so confident that it wasn't Sydney. Jeez. Oh well. Don't most people get this one wrong? Along with Canada, most people think it's Toronto or Vancouver. Oh, now I get the feeling this is a trick question. Like, I've heard of Sydney and Adelaide, and I would have picked one of those two. To hell with it. I'm going to go with Canberra. Oh, that's right. What? Canberra? You know what? The stream's over. I'm got no. Okay. What do you mean it's Canberra? I thought it was Melbourne. I'm actually just... Capital of Australia. It's Canberra. Yeah, I mean, obviously I wasn't expecting to say any different, but Canberra, federal capital of the Commonwealth of Australia, occupies part of the Australian Capital Territory in southeastern Australia. It's about 150 miles southwest of Sydney. Cool. So I didn't know that. Wonderful. I'm so proud of myself for being an absolute moron. Jeez. Clip that. Don't clip that. Jeez. How are you a Sydney, main? I do wonder. I wanted to go for Sydney as well because Payday 2, Sydney joke, ha 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 ha. I was like, no, it's Melbourne. Then it comes up and I'm like, well, it's got to be Sydney. But even as I said that, I was like, I swear it wasn't Sydney. Like, I thought it was Sydney a while ago, but I knew it wasn't. I didn't even know, what the hell? I didn't even know Canberra existed. I didn't even know that name. Yikes. Well, that was easy. No, it wasn't. I thought it was Adelaide, to be honest. I would have picked Yes! Yes, I would have picked Sydney! Bingo! Oh, this game. It gets me. It gets me. It gets the Sydney standing. Let's go! Payday 2 content in here. You got what you asked for. Jesus. Oh. Who's the nerd now, Natsuki? Shut up. Science one, eh? Which one of these arteries is a major artery of the forearm and wrist? Ooh. Carotid, radial, femoral. Oh! Didn't Rachel get stabbed in the arm in Before the Storm? Spoilers, but, I mean, you should have seen it by this point. So... It severed a brachial artery but didn't cut it, I thought it said. So, it's not that one. Femoral was your leg. I'm actually just trying to guess. It's radial... Carotid, radial. I'm going to say radial. I think it's radial. I know this one. I'm fairly certain it's the radial. Bingo! The carotid is in the neck. How'd you know that? Because I pay attention in biology, silly. Femoral's your femur, it's your leg. Why does everyone think I'm an idiot or something? She's doing the Crash Bandicoot noise again. Whoa, 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 whoa. Prove you're not an idiot by winning, eh? Why don't you? She got you there, Troy. Can't really dispute that. A couple of hours have passed since the end of the board game, and a comfortable, lazy atmosphere has settled upon the room. The kind where no one can be bothered to do much after eating a hefty meal. As the night wore on, the general conversation topics have grown a little more mellow and reflective. We're all lounging in the living room, Sayori is next to me and I'm fighting the urge to cuddle up to her. Don't know if she wants to tell everyone that we're together yet. So they don't know! And yet Natsuki made a joke about getting a room. As I'm trying to figure out a way to talk to her in private, she suddenly springs up and whispers in Monika's ear. Both girls glance in my direction as Monika giggles. Both of them get up and head over to the kitchen, whispering conspiratorially to one another. Monika knows. A strange change of behaviour. I got like, lips are dry. A strange change of behaviour causes me to raise an eyebrow. What are you two doing? Oh, you'll find out soon. Something about the sing-song way of how she delivered that line rouses my suspicions further. I glance over to Natsuki and Yuri, but both are holding a poker face. Well, as good a poker face as they can manage, that is. Either of you guys know what's going on? Oh, he's going to mess this up. He's still going to mess this up. Natsuki, don't be so rude. Oh, come on. This is going to be so funny. You guys know I'm literally sitting right here, right? Yuri shoots me a sympathetic look. I would tell you, but I've been told not to. It'll ruin the surprise. Can everyone drop this Illuminati stuff and just tell me what's got into? Troy, can you come here? Bewildered, I obliged. Walking up to Sayori and Monika, I noticed that the former looks really nervous for some reason. Man, I don't know what was in the food we just ate, but it's making you all act super weird. Monika steps away from us, shooting Sayori a wink as she does so. Look up, Troy. Oh my god, it's going to be Mistletoe, isn't it? It's going to be Mistletoe! Oh no! Oh, it's going to be! Half expecting some sort of cryptic hint to the ceiling, I oblige. Oh. Oh no. Is that Mistletoe? Mistletoe that earlier I'm fairly certain was not there. And I'm fully aware of what you're meant to do under it. As Sayori shuffles over to me, my heart starts pounding once more. It was nerve-wracking enough when it was just us two earlier. You set this up with the girls, didn't you? A poorly disguised look of innocence on Sayori's face tells me all I need to know. I should have seen this coming. What a time to forget how crafty you can be, Sayori. She's standing right in front of me now, expectancy clearly visible on her features. Do you want us to look away? Only a distant, faraway part of me registered Monika's voice. Right now, the only thing I'm truly focused on is the beautiful girl in front of me. Actually, no, that's a lie. The most important thing I'm focusing on right now is how not to mess this up. All those thoughts go out the window as Sayori's lips finally meet mine. Oh, hello! Well, is she eating my face? Jeez! Also, tuck the label in the back of your top, Troy. Come on, dude. That's cute. I literally just screenshot every memorable event apart from those ones because I don't need those on my hard drive. Thanks very much. Aww. So cute! Also, if they're not under the missile, did she just leap at me? I had this feeling that I was stood here and she was over there and she just went, come here! Oh, bless. And in that moment, nothing else matters. I sigh contentedly, pulling her closer to me. One of my hands caresses the back of her head while the other gently cups her face. Nothing could prepare me for this moment. I'm drinking her in, lost in the sensation of her lips on mine and her warm, soft hands linked around the back of my neck. All of the fears I had about messing this up melt away as the kiss progresses. I've no clue what I'm doing, but from how good this feels and how blissful Sayori seems to be, I think it's safe to say it's working. Eventually, we break away. Aww. It's impossible to tell how long that kiss went on for. Seconds, minutes, years. As I open my eyes, Sayori's beautiful face fills my vision, with such a tender, heartfelt look in her eyes that I've never seen before. Oh, that adorable giggle. Sheesh, you two. I knew it. Natsuki rolls her eyes. Duh, wasn't it super obvious when Sayori asked us to bring the mistletoe? No, I mean, ever since Troy joined the club, I had a gut feeling they liked each other. Childhood sweethearts, eh? That almost sounds like a trope. The way you two spoke about one another, it was ever so endearing. I'm happy for you two. Yeah, congrats and all. Just keep the mushy stuff outside the club, okay? I grin weakly. And I'll do my best. Anyway, it's getting late. I think it's time we leave these lovebirds to it. She nudges Yuri. Oh yes, of course. Thank you for hosting the party, Troy. It was really enjoyable. Yeah, it was. Just make sure you use Natsuki, you're 16! Jeez! I was not expecting her to say that. Oh. Just make sure you use protection, okay? Natsuki! Kidding. Jeez. Well, on a literal sense, I hope you're not kidding, but, you know, hopefully not just yet. And on that awkward parting remark, Sayori and I are left alone. It's a moment of silence. You can literally see my mustache. I need to shave my mustache back a bit. Jeez. Real subtle. Yeah, subtlety has gone out of the window. There's a moment of silence. Troy, what's up? She bites her lip, looking away. There's traces of anxiety on her face. Can I ask you something that might sound a bit weird? Sure. was it okay for us to kiss? I mean, wasn't the mistletoe idea yours? I know, it's just, well, my heart is telling me this is all okay, and my brain telling me, well, it's being a bit of a meanie. This was the right choice, right? Sorry, I know this might sound really sudden. I didn't want to say anything while the others were here. Sorry, it's just still so confusing. I take her hands in mine and tilt her head so our eyes meet. Look, Sayori, why are you feeling like this was the wrong decision? It's kind of hard for me to stop believing that I'm not worth your love and your attention. And the last thing I want to do is drag you down and have you waste your time on someone like me. But at the same time, I'm trying to stay hopeful and listen to my heart, which is telling me that it's okay to go for all I want. Well, did you enjoy the kiss? Because I don't know about you, but I really, really enjoyed it. She blushes. I did, yeah. You're a good kisser. Well, I've never been happier. Whenever you're around, I'm always in better spirits. We both want each other and we're both happy with each other, so how can this be the wrong decision, Sayori? I don't really know for sure, but I'm guessing this is the depression trying to tell you you're not allowed to be happy. But of course you are. Don't worry, Sayori, we'll get through this together. Just remember, this is all my choice, no one has forced me to make it. She pauses for a moment, reflecting on my words. I just hope I've managed to get through to her. Okay. Thanks, Troy, I guess you're right. I'll try to remember that. Oh, and by the way, sorry for putting you on the spot when the others were around. Oh, I bet you were enjoying that. It's alright. I got to kiss you, so it more than made up for it. That was really nice, wasn't it? I think I'd enjoy kissing you a lot more without 3 people watching. Jeez. Oh, God. The subtlety really has gone out the window, hasn't it? Oh, boy. Well, they're all gone, so do you... Without even waiting for her to finish the question, I kiss her again. That face! I could physically imagine somebody pulling that face in that situation as well. Without even waiting for her to finish the question, I kiss her again. Oh man, this is something I could definitely get used to. As it's just the two of us, the kiss feels a lot more personal. That's absolutely fine by me. Merry Christmas, Sayori. With our faces only inches apart, she playfully nuzzles my nose with her own, laughing. What nose? That little thing there? Bless her. Holding her this close, being able to hear her heartbeat, feeling her warm breath on my face, hearing her whisper, "Thank you for everything, Troy. Merry Christmas to you too." Oh jeez! Go back to this again! Though this feels like absolute bliss, a part of me can't help but wonder what I'm getting myself into. It'd be naive to think that everything would be sunshine and rainbows from here on out, no matter how strongly we feel for each other. Will we really be okay together? Perhaps there's no sense in worrying about the future so much. Maybe it'll just be best to take each day as they come. After all, there's only one way to find out. Oh yeah, sorry Hill, never mind. Sorry. Beautiful. Very nice. Very nice. Cool. Happy. Dope. Of course, it's not going to last, obviously, because it's Doki Doki. I can't wait for something to go wrong. Act 3. Into the unknown. This is where things are going to go wrong. Oh, boy. The glasses are ready. The glasses are ready. I'm just going to be like, just have them ready and just flip them up whenever I need them, just to block out the pain. I bet I look like an absolute moron. In fact, I don't think that's any change to normal, to be honest, but we move. Most people typically see January as a pretty dreary month. January blues, I think it's called. With the cold weather, the grey skies, the end of the Christmas holidays. Yeah, I can see it. Not this January, though. I haven't been able to get Sayori's kiss out of my mind. It's hard to believe she's actually my girlfriend now. And just 4 months ago, we hadn't spoken in years. Joining the club, discovering Sayori's feelings for me, and, well, finding out about her depression. The whole thing has just been so unexpected. Still, there's a few days after the Christmas break, and I know exactly how I want to spend them. No non-family friendly content on Christmas, boys. Speaking of. Good. After choosing Sayori a text, I make my way over. What magical adventures are we going to do today, Troy? Troy? I'm glad you asked that, Sayori. Today we're going to go to a magical snowy wonderland. Expect it to be a wild journey, filled with snow, snowballs, and festive lights. She looks at me for a moment before bursting out laughing. Oh, you're so silly sometimes. Hey, it's like you come up with good imagery on the spot. Try me. Okay then, I will. Let's see what you can come up with, Miss Literary Expert. She thinks for a moment. We're going to go on a bold, daring adventure to a place brimming with magical lights, pristine snow, and frozen icy fractals. Yeah, she wins. You know what? I know when I'm beat. Sayori grins with pride, puffing her chest out proudly. Well, I bet you don't even know what half those words mean. Did Yuri lend you a thesaurus? Expected my jibe to earn a pout from her, but she stands firm. Don't be jealous that you'll never stack up to the Ice Queen. Pfft, Ice Queen? Bold words from someone whose hands get cold super easily. Especially when this person accidentally leaves their gloves at home. That got her. Meanie. You can never let me win. I slide up close to her and plant a kiss on her nose. You love it, really. Though the pout tells me otherwise, there's no denying that red blush creeping into her cheeks. Aw. Let the fun begin. By the way, for your Secret Santa, who did you go shopping with? Natsuki. Oh, nice coat, Sayori. Aw, very nice. Natsuki. That must have been an awkward afternoon. It wasn't, actually. It's rare that I get to see Natsuki outside the club, so it was a really nice day out together. Girls' day out, eh? You could say that. She helped me out a lot when it came to picking a present for you. Tut tut, couldn't even think of a present for me without some outside help. You're the one who admitted it was hard at the Christmas party. Checkmate. Since when was your memory that good? No fair. The Ice Queen never forgets. She laughs as I roll my eyes. You really like that self-appointed title, don't you? It doesn't even make sense. You hate the cold. Does it bother you? Should I let it go? This is the episode of the horrid puns. It's just pun after pun after pun after pun after pun. Lots of puns. It's not punny. Can't believe you just did that. She giggles sweetly, playfulness laced in her laugh. Anyway, she was really stuck on what to get Yuri. There were the obvious choices like a new pen, a book, or something to do with tea. She was considering getting one of those, but she said she wants to go for something that wasn't so obvious. She can be really thoughtful when she wants to be. Yeah, I got that impression. The look on Yuri's face, man, she really wasn't expecting the lily at all. I'd have thought Natsuki would have just got into a horror book and be done with it. Yeah, well that's the thing. Natsuki said she really likes to surprise people. Once you get past her prickly side, she really has a big heart. Damn, she got the coat next, she's going to have the Timbs. Yeah, actually, you know what? I can kind of picture the Timberlands going well with that. That actually works. You can tell she likes Frozen, yeah, I'm getting that impression. Not exactly hard to have a big heart when you're that small, though, is it? Troy, it's a joke, it's a joke. Although, please don't tell her I said that. Only if you buy me chocolate. That doesn't sound so, but and maybe some cookies. Anything else? Back massage? Ferrari? Perhaps a holiday cruise to the Caribbean as well? Well, now that you mention it, you'd be so lucky. Ooh, this is a nice place. What are you going to have here, Sayori? Her eyes whiz over the menu. Given the abundance of cakes, buns, and other sweet foods, I'm not expecting her to reply anytime this decade. Cinnamon buns again? No, actually. I think I'm going to try the sponge cake. It looks so soft and delicious. The genuine excitement on her face is so endearing to see. And to think a girl this adorable is mine. After giving our order to a waiter, I can't help but reach across the table and take her hands in mine. She looks a little surprised initially, but soon rubs my hands with her fingers, smiling shyly. You know, that's something I've always loved about you. How adorable you are. Jeez, all the compliments. God, let's be going Sandstar with them puns. Huh? Like even right now, you're getting really flustered, aren't you? Me? No. Stop doing the Crash Bandicoot noise. I can't keep making this meme. Right, from now on, if she does it, I'm just going to make the noise, and anyone who's not up to this point in the stream and just jumps in will not understand it, and it'll be our little secret, me and 21 other people, okay? Okay. It took me a while to realise my feelings for you. Ever since that tickle fight we had back in September, yeah, where your hand was around her neck, yeah, that kind of gave it away to us too. We were all watching. Sorry, invading privacy. I remember seeing a look in your eyes. We were in a really, well, awkward position, and you looked at me with a look I've never seen before. Yeah, I remember that moment. I had no idea how to react. It was the first time we'd spent time together outside of school in a while. I was really happy that day. Me too. Guess that was the first time my feelings for you began to bloom. And over the months, those feelings grew stronger. You gave me a bit of food once, and your hands brushed against mine. I remember thinking about how soft your hands felt. It took me totally off guard. Ah, so that's why you zoned out. I was wondering why you looked like you were in a trance. I wasn't the greatest at covering my tracks, was I? And you smell really nice too. Jeez. I wanted to pay you. I remember letting that slip when we were carving pumpkins. That doesn't really make any sense. I hadn't showered that day. I don't know, maybe it's just your natural scent then? Man, that makes me sound like a real caveman, doesn't it? Nice scent! Very, very good. Very not bad. At least you're a very handsome caveman. What is this flirt? What is this flirting? It's just, at least you're a handsome caveman. Oh, wow. You know what? I've never heard anything so nice in my entire life. Now it's my turn to go red. Finding my weak spot, Sayori grins and opens her mouth, no doubt eager to watch me flail for a change. Thankfully, our moment of opportunity is interrupted by the waiter, bringing us our food. Another huge smile appears on her face as the cake is put in front of her. It's really not hard to put a smile on her face, is it? Watching her eat is a sight to behold. It's almost like she's inhaling it straight to the bottomless pit that is her stomach. What's the matter, Troy? Compliments making you turn red? You know, it was really cute seeing how nervous you were when you warmed up my hands. You were stuttering and everything. And something tells me it wasn't because of the cold. Guilty as charged. My master plan worked. I should have known it was all a ruse. Then again, I got to hold hands with you, so aren't we both winners? Don't take my victory away from me, meanie. Not taking it away from you, just sharing it. Is that so wrong? I stick my tongue out at her. I'll give you credit though, the mistletoe plan was pretty flawless. I had absolutely no clue it was coming. That was so much fun to plan with the girls. Yuri felt bad, but Natsuki and Monika were all for it. He looked absolutely terrified when he saw the mistletoe. Well, duh. It was nerve-wracking enough when we almost kissed before the others arrived. And I had to do it with 3 other people watching? That plan almost backfired on you though. Huh? Well, it was your first kiss too, right? Oh yeah. Although I had advice from Monika beforehand. I had to kiss someone? Hello, Monika. What a stud. Yep, I didn't know you were meant to close your eyes. I stare at her. Even I knew that. But Monika had to teach you a lot, didn't she? I'm not legally obliged to answer that. I burst out into laughter. Hey, sorry. I'm just trying to picture how that conversation went down. Did you ask Monika how to kiss someone? Or where you're meant to put your hands while you do it? No, I didn't. I kind of wanted to, though. I had no idea what to do, to be honest. And I was scared that I'd mess it up. You know, it being your first kiss and all. And the more I thought about it, the worse I felt when I put you in a really awkward situation. It's really okay. I enjoyed the kiss after all. Plus, it was my first one as well, so it was hardly a pro. So I was hardly a pro. I'm trying to decide what the best get-together thing was. Natsuki's was the worst. Like, I don't think, like, that's not because I dislike it, because we all know Natsuki, Faith, and all that. But Yuri's was fantastically done. But Sayori's first kiss, oh, I don't know. That was really sweet. And the fact they got everyone else involved in the plan as well. I think what might sway it for me towards Yuri's is the music, because the music was fantastic and the setting was great and all that. It was really good. So, I don't know. Unga Bunga, Masking Crash Bandicoot. Yeah. No, it's Boogaba. Really? Really? And you know what they say? Practice makes perfect, right? Very smooth, Troy. An hour or so later, we both wound up in my living room. I'm lying on the sofa with Sayori cuddled up next to me. Content as can be. You know, now that we're actually together, what are we meant to do? I have no clue. You're my first girlfriend after all. Don't get me wrong, it's really nice to just cuddle up together, but when you think about what couples do together, what comes to mind? I am questioning where this is going to go. I'm hoping it's not going to go in this direction. I don't think it's going to, because that would be a very awkward thing for a new couple to say. But let's play it out. Let's see where this goes. Okay. Elian, what's Elian done? Can I not see the whole chat? Because I can't see that. Did Elian say something? I haven't seen Elian comment in a bit. I have to pause and actually think about this. Like, go on dates? Which I guess we technically just did at the cafe. Sorry, Sayori, I'm just really as clueless as you are. That's alright. I guess we do have all the time in the world to figure it out. To be honest, I'm perfectly happy just to cuddle up together. Just being with you, no matter what we're doing. Oh, I'm not saying anything. Oh, there we go. Just being with you, no matter what we're doing, makes me happy. Aww. That's how I feel with you too, actually. Does that mean I can cancel a romantic getaway to Paris, then? She pokes me in the side. But France is the romantic capital of the world. How much money have you got to spare, Sayori? Does that include pocket money I spent years ago? Yeah, sure. Maybe negative 200 yen then. Well, unless the planes are operated by really tired hamsters, I don't think we'll be going to France anytime soon. I really want a hamster. Why? What do you mean why? It's a pet. What would you call it? Stuart. Why? Because of that movie? Yep. You know that Stuart Little was a mouse, not a hamster, right? What's the difference? Hamsters taste nicer. Jeez. Is it bad that actually made me laugh? It means your humour is like mine, so take that as you will. That's definitely not a good thing, then. Don't make me push you off the couch. Wait, uncheck the box. The ban is worth it. For the sake of my YouTube career? Nah, it's not worth it. I'm sorry. You wouldn't dare. Oh? I've had a better idea. Ah, David! Nice How I Met Your Mother reference. I appreciate that. I said a bang, bang, a bangity bang. I said a bang, bang, bangity bang. But let's not do that because they're 18, okay? But nice reference. I like it. Very nice. For a reference, yes. For this right now, let's... No, not yet. Not yet. You have to chat on the live chat because... Wait, do you have to chat on a live chat because it seems like you just don't see some comments? What do you mean? I'm reading the live chat when I can. I'm just not reading it all the time. I said that at the start. I'm just reading what I can. Troy, do you actually eat hamsters? No. What do you mean, do I eat hamsters? Why are you questioning that? I sit up and without hesitating begin to tickle her mercilessly. The effect is instant. Sayori immediately begins squirming and laughing uncontrollably. Oh no, not this again. That's so unfair. You didn't even give me a chance. If I remember correctly, last time it was you who initiated, so here's a taste of your own medicine. She's writhing on the couch, blue eyes shimmering with tears from her involuntary laughter. Okay, I'm sorry for what I said about your humour. Please just stop. I'm not reading out all the laughing because I'll make it way too awkward. As I'm a merciful soul, I abate ever so slightly just to give her a chance to catch her breath. Bad move. Sayori lunges forward, pinning me beneath her. This bout of unexpected dexterity totally catches me off guard, and with a thump, my body sinks to the opposite end of the couch. She wastes no time in dishing out some cold revenge, and within seconds my laughter and squirming has replaced hers entirely. Oh damn, I did not expect you to be able to do that. She brings her face closer to mine, making sure I can see how smug she is, which actually gives me an idea. Darting forward, I plant a desperate kiss on her lips. Unlike with our previous kisses, this time my tongue is involved. You know what Natsuki said about tonsil tennis? Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not. Troy's favourite delicacy is grenade. I don't eat grenades. Favourite delicacy is what I'm having after this stream, which is a pizza. Molto bene. Slowly pressing against her top lip. The effect is immediate. Her hands go from trying to tickle me to slowly linking around the back of my head. As the kiss deepens, she slowly pushes me back down into the couch. Her body falls with mine. After a few seconds, I'm lying down with her body directly on top of mine. You know, when it gets to that scene, I don't know how I'm going to be able to read it out. It's going to be so awkward. Like, this already feels awkward. My mind is going wild, trying to process exactly what's going on. I only intended for the kiss to distract her, but it's ignited some kind of urge in both of us. It's not actually going in that direction, is it? No. We're not, are we? Please don't. I don't want to read. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this. Her body feels so warm against mine, and with a sudden jolt, I'm very aware of a part of Sayori, namely two parts that are pressed up against my chest. Just again, I gotta be careful. Yeah, it is checked. Needless to say, the atmosphere has completely changed. Neither of us know how to react. The silence continues on, with each passing second feeling like ours. Oh no. Oh no. It's where it's going, isn't it? Oh no. Oh no. Right, we've taken off the glasses. I can't put the glasses over. I have to just wear these. This is I'm shutting down and not reading this because I am far too embarrassed to read about two fictional 2D characters having the you-know-whats, because that's where it's going. Oh god. Oh no. When you read it, you should get into character. How do you propose I get into character here? I don't have a girlfriend, and even if I did, I would not be doing it with her at the same time as that. That would be weird in many ways. Jeez. Okay, right. Okay, everybody, we're signing a legal agreement now. Where's my pen? Do I have a pen somewhere? Right. This is a legal agreement. We're all signing it. I'm writing on my hand. I can't. The pen's broken. Hang on. Right, very faint. I've written Troy on my hand. Everyone sign on your hands now. Or just on a piece of paper if you can. I just don't have one near me. That we agree to never discuss what happens in this stream afterwards. Because I have a very bad feeling that it's going to be that kind of stream. So please, take a deep breath. And here we go. Watch this just get completely blocked now. After all this fuss, it doesn't even happen. I know that it's coming. I know there is a scene. That was a bad choice of words. I know there is that kind of scene in this route. I just don't know when it happens. Right, we all signed the agreement? Okay, good. We have the house to ourselves, her body is pressed on top of mine, and there's some kind of primal instinct stirring within both of us. I open my eyes. Sayori? She hastily climbs off me. Oh. After all that! Okay, phew. Sorry, I didn't mean to. It's okay, it just kind of happened. Yeah. Anyway, I had a lot of fun today, Troy. It's a shame school starts tomorrow, though. I was hoping you wouldn't remind me. Ugh. We'll be getting the results of our December exams back. False alarm. The agreement still stands, though, because it's coming, okay? Bad choice of words again. You get the point. It's going to happen soon, all right? So the agreement still stands. Do ASMR. It just goes to history and just hang on. We have the house to ourselves. Her body is pressed on top of mine, and there's some kind of primal instinct stirring within the both of us. I feel like that would make everybody want to leave. And there's more people here watching than there were at the start of the stream. There's 24 people here now. So, ASMR, H-scene reading for a Doki Doki game, probably not quite what you're all signed up for. I will wash my eyes with soap after this and forget this happened. Good, everyone do that. Okay, we got baited. Yeah, bullet dodged. Poor Sayori, you hurt your feelings, man. Right. Jeremy could go one of two ways. We'll be fine, I think. Only one way to find out. Anyway, it's getting late. Want me to walk you home? Sure. The next day. Jeez. you know what I feel like? Like, because the number of people watching just went up by like 2. And as they did, I was doing the ASMR thing, and then now 2 people have just left. I bet you they came in. They had that gif of Grandpa Simpson in The Simpsons where he, like, walks in, puts his hat on the coat rack, spins around, grabs it back again, and walks out. I feel like those 2 people just did that. They came onto the stream, saw me ASMR reading a sexual quote, and then backed out of here. Which, to be fair in itself, is really funny, so I don't really care. I loved watching that, knowing the plot and knowing the agreement was for nothing. I hate you, Elian. I hate you so much. And here we are back in class. To be fair, I was thinking in the back of my head, is this not a bit soon to be doing this? Like, we've only just got together. But it was the way it was written. I was thinking, maybe they're going to do it now. I was like, Man, the holidays really whiz by in a flash. Seeing Sayori in the mornings really makes a huge difference to how I perceive the school day. Am I a morning person now? Maybe she really is my sunshine. Just like her poem. She's really made me mushy, hasn't she? Wonder what Mum would think. Psst. Morning, Emmy. Good Christmas break? So, did it work? Huh? Sayori, duh? Are you guys together yet? Going straight in, I see. Well, are you? Yeah, we are. I knew it! Are you Well, I think that's everyone. As the last student makes their way onto their desk, Sakurai puts down the register and stands at the front of the class. Hope everyone had a good break. There's a weak, lukewarm murmur. Ah, come on, guys, you got it easy. Your exams were before the break. I used to teach at a school that had January exams. At least they had a reason to be so enthusiastic about returning. It's true, our mock exams for my GCSEs in last year of high school were in February. And they were like, over Christmas, make sure you revise. And I didn't. Barely revised in January, to be honest with you. I'm not very good with revision, okay? Yabba dabba do be like that sometimes. It really do. Right. I wish there was a Monica route. Me too, man. Right, yeah. Anyone get anything cool for Christmas? Yeah, Mom finally caved and got me this new pair of running sneakers. Practical for sure. A friend of mine got me a plant. Not sure what it is about me that screams flower man, but hey, life's full of surprises. Anyway, given I was supposed to start the lesson 5 minutes ago, let's begin, shall we? Normally I'd eat outside when it comes to lunchtime. Given how cold it's gotten recently, the outdoors doesn't particularly appeal to me right now. A lot of students opt to just eat in their homeroom, especially as the temperatures drop outside. The club room is also a viable choice, and luckily is always free around lunchtime. Over the Christmas break, we suggested eating there in the club room, and despite Monica saying she couldn't make any promises, the decision was pretty much universally agreed on. With my stomach gurgling, I make my way over. What I've learned today is that Troy's never been in the mood. Define the mood. Yuri and Natsuki are already there by the time I arrive. While they're not exactly best friends or anything, their friendship is much less shaky than it was 3 months ago. I can tell that Natsuki's thoughtfulness really touched Yuri. Hey guys, Romeo himself has arrived. Natsuki. Afternoon, Troy. Monica's not here yet. It's not much of a surprise, is it? You know, given how she has 5 million extracurriculars going on. The door swings open and Sayori walks through, a cheery smile on her face. Hey, I'm so glad we all decided to eat together for lunch times. Looking back, I'm kind of surprised no one suggested it earlier. Well, it's a new year and a new start. All we need now is Once again, the door swings open and Monica waves at us, an apologetic smile on her face. Sorry, I had so much stuff to sort out. My teacher was talking to me about university applications. Already? But your second year of high school isn't even over yet. Monica sighs and wearily rubs her temples, pulling out her food. Yeah, I know. It's stressful to say the least. The mood. Oh, you know, I'll let you think whenever you want. I ain't going into that on a stream. We just deal with the romance between these two, shall we? And that's enough for us. Plus, I'm getting the results of my December exams back soon. Don't worry, Monica. I'm sure you've done just fine. You work so hard. I'd be inclined to agree. You're a model student and I know how much effort you put into your studies. Monica smiles at their efforts but doesn't look wholly convinced. Oh, now that we're all here, I should tell you that we don't have a club meeting today. There wouldn't be much point given none of us have any poems to share. We can hold a session tomorrow though, if you guys are interested. I know you didn't hold too many last semester and that's on me. Sorry, I had a lot going on. Yeah, I'm down for a meeting tomorrow. I'm probably a little rusty, so this will be a good chance to get back into it. I turn to Sayori. We could write one together if you like. I'm still not as good as you, so this could be a good way to learn. Ooh, that could be really fun. Tonight? Yep. Well, that's the 2 lovebirds sorted. Works for me. Yuri also nods in agreement. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow then. She finishes writing something down in her planner, and I also notice that she's using the pen Yuri got her for Christmas. Judging by the shy smile on Yuri's face, it's safe to say she's also noticed. Monica suddenly stands up, swiftly packing away her food containers. Wait, you're leaving so soon? Yeah, I can't really stick around. I need to talk to my parents about the whole university thing. They've been hounding me ever since the exam season started. I'll see you guys later. And just like that, she's gone. Free time is foreign for her, isn't it? She really has so much going on. I couldn't fathom being in her shoes. The stress would be too much. Oh, those exams you have to take for university? I don't envy you guys in the slightest. Well, we don't take those exams until 3rd year, but I think Monica has started her prep recently. Yeah, joys of being a first year, Natsuki. Count yourself lucky because you'll be in Monika's shoes before you know it. Wonder how long it'll be until Sakurai starts asking me the same thing. The question lingers on my mind as the rest of the lunch break passes by. As the end of the school day arrives, I wander down the corridor towards Sayori's homeroom. Along the way, I spot Yuri leaving her own classroom. Hello again, Troy. Yuri looks away nervously, fiddling with a strand of her hair. You don't have to, of course, but she stands there struggling to find the right words. What? If you'd like, would you like to walk home together? Huh? You want to walk home with me? Sorry, it's a stupid suggestion. I don't know why I asked. It's not like I didn't want to or anything, I just didn't expect you to ask. Oh, I read my line, sorry. Are you sure? I know you normally walk with Sayori, and I wouldn't want to intrude upon that or anything. You're worrying for nothing, Yuri. Why would she mind? The more the merrier. It's cool. I was just on my way to go and find her now, so feel free to tag along. Oh, I thought it was going to be a choice then, where it was like walk home with Yuri or Sayori, and I was going to be like, well, of course I picked Sayori. Anyway. Soon after, I spot Sayori in the hallway. She looks curiously at Yuri trailing behind me. There you are. Oh, geez, something fell over. Cool. There you are. I give her daring peck on the lips, causing her to blush. Give her a daring peck on the lips, causing her to blush, I guess. Hey, ready to walk home? Yuri's going to be joining us this time, if that's okay. I hope it's no bother. Surprise flashes across Sayori's features, gone as soon as it appeared. Oh. Sure, that's fine. Although, I can't come with you guys today. Ooh, okay. So is it going to be... Oh, maybe there will be a choice coming up here. Ooh. Oh? My homeroom teacher wants to talk to me about some stuff, so you two go ahead. I'll walk with you two tomorrow. Are you sure? We're pretty sure we can wait. Yuri nods in agreement. It's no bother, but Sayori shakes her head. No, there's no telling how long it'll go on for. Plus, I think it might be a long discussion. I'll see you tomorrow. I don't like that. She's obviously taking that the wrong way and is worrying that, like, now I'm going to pick someone over her. That'll be a depression playing up in her mind, probably. I don't... Can I stay, please? Can I insist? No, no. Bye, Sayori. No. Okay, right, great. Love that. Great, okay. It's slightly strange walking home with Yuri. Nothing against her, of course. It's just I've grown too used to Sayori being there instead. Although Yuri's still fairly shy, I've noticed that she's come out of her shell a little bit, especially since we spent Christmas shopping together. We went Christmas shopping together. Not that I'm complaining or anything, but why do you want to walk home with me today? Well, she looks away and sighs. It's just not so easy. I don't push it. If my fight with Sayori taught me anything, it's that you can never tell what demons people are internally battling. Given I still know very little about Yuri, it's definitely best to err on the side of caution. The Christmas period has always been very family-oriented, at least for me. For as long as I can remember, my parents used to put a lot of effort into making Christmas memorable. Especially in this country, the focus of Christmas is on spreading happiness. From what I read, Christmas is much more a festivity concerned with religion in Western countries, but I digress. I haven't spent Christmas with my family in a while. And if you don't mind me asking, why's that? Yuri looks away, picking at her sleeves. I know she tends to do that when she's upset or nervous. And those of you who know about Yuri know why that would be the case. They weren't around this year. There's a pause. I feel like there's more to her answer, but again, instinct tells me not to push it. The Christmas period was very lonely, as you could imagine. Going shopping with you, exchanging gifts, playing with all the club members, it truly was the highlight of December. Although, it was only temporary. When I got home, I took out the peace lily that Natsuki gave me. It was such a thoughtful gift, but it was also bittersweet. That would have been the type of present my parents would have got me. So while it was lovely to receive the plant, it was a random that my parents weren't the ones to give it to me. Hey, Yuri, I had no idea you were so lonely. If you told me this earlier, I would have loved to spend time with you. I had a lot of fun when we did our Christmas shopping. You were really good company and gave really useful advice. Ah, well, you and Sayori are a couple, and the last thing I'd want to do would be to intrude on that. I wave her concern away. Yuri, Sayori and I both like you. You're our friend. You've seen how Sayori makes it a top priority to ensure her friends are happy. It's not a problem at all. I'm not a fan of the lack of choice here. I'm wondering whether this is going to intentionally drive this into a dodgy argument, or maybe a choice will pop up soon. I'm sorry to bother you with my troubles like this. It's just that I couldn't really think to the other two girls. I couldn't think to the two girls? Or... oh, talk, I couldn't read. Monika is constantly very busy, and Natsuki, well, our friendship has definitely improved since you first saw us argue, but not at a stage where you can be comfortable asking her to hang out? Yes. I've always been quite solitary by nature, and while I enjoy time to myself, sometimes it would be nice to spend time with another person, especially one as open-minded and considerate as you. Not that I don't appreciate the other club members, it's just that well, I haven't really spent a day with any of them where it's just us two. And, well, I think it's rather obvious that social etiquette isn't an area I excel in. Hey, well, I'm glad you're comfortable around me and able to tell me about all this, Yuri. I know that what it's like to be lonely. Last year, before I reconnected with Sayori and met all of you guys, I was pretty much alone too. I mean, I had classmates, sure, but we never really spent time together outside of class. A lot of my free time was spent alone, and then my parents had a divorce, so that made it a lot worse. So yeah, I'd hate for someone else to go through that, especially someone who's this good a friend. Give her a quick hug. Based on the look on her face, it's safe to say that she definitely was not expecting it. Thank you, Troy. It really means a lot to me. Nothing to thank me for. It's what friends do. Anyway, what are you up to tonight? Well, given the semester has only just begun, I'm relatively free as I don't have any homework to complete. I've also started this new book. It's very popular, so you may have heard of it as well. The story revolves around a group of children. I was reading ahead on the line. A group of children, they struggle against a supernatural, homicidal entity which uses shapeshifting to exploit its victims' worst fears. It? I'm guessing it's it. It typically takes the form of... Oh, there we go. It's it. Bingo! I'm good at picking stories out. It typically takes the form of a deranged-looking clown. Actually, I have heard of that one. The kids later go on to fight the monster as adults, like 20 years later, right? In It Chapter 2, which I haven't seen. I've only seen the first one, so I need to catch up. I keep getting loads of blooming notifications on my phone. Go away. Yuri's eyes light up. I've always been meaning to get into it. Well, I actually have a spare copy if you'd be interested in reading it. Oh? Well, that's a coincidence if I've ever seen one. Sure thing. I'll let you know how I'm finding it if you'd like. If that's something you'd want to do, that would be lovely. I'm really just... I'm unsure about the lack of choice here. You know, just having to go on that whole route with Yuri when we're dating Sayori feels a bit odd. But I'm in on it. Alright. Well, this is me. Ah, okay. I guess Yuri really was engrossed in our conversation. Now we're here, there's a wistful, sad look on her face that she tries to hide by turning away. Well, I'll see you tomorrow, and thanks for letting me walk with you. It's nothing, Yuri. Thanks for the book. I'll get started on this tonight. I look forward to hearing your thoughts on the first few chapters tomorrow then. She turns and leaves. As I absent-mindedly watch her walk down the street, I can't help but wonder if there's anything more I could do for her. In some ways, the situation is like Sayori's. Both girls struggling with an invisible adversary, and I was totally oblivious. Given Yuri's solitary nature, I suppose it was easier to see. Wonder if Monika and Natsuki are struggling with anything as well. Given the latter's prickly nature, I don't think she'd ever tell me. And with Monika, she seems like she's under a lot of pressure from her parents and teachers. This club isn't exactly the epitome of happiness, is it? After an hour or so later, Sayori texted me to let me know she was on her way. Man, her teacher really kept her for a while. Now he's settled down into the living room, pens and paper at the ready. Ooh, I can't decide what this poem should be about. Sorry, I'm not actually that bothered about writing a poem. To be honest, I only really suggested this so we could spend more time together. Really? I maneuver myself so I'm sitting directly behind her, wrapping my arms around her back. She giggles and leans backwards. Uh-huh. But Troy, I know. With a sigh, I detach myself and pull up the notepad in front of me, pen in hand. After a while, we're both finished with our poems. Sayori wasn't kidding when she said she does better in creative subjects. Watching her brainstorm and write a poem has proven to be a real eye-opener. Although not quite sure to the same extent as Yuri, Sayori really gets lost in her own little world. As she wrote, I was struck by how much attention goes into her work. For instance, she deliberately avoids cliches and has an interestingly varied rhyme scheme. Her language is emotive and effective, enabling the reader to vividly picture what she's talking about. It's easy to immerse yourself into the world she creates, and the best part was seeing the look on her face as she wrote. My poem obviously can't hold a candle to hers, but it was at least much more enjoyable to write my poem with her next to me. Sayori? What did your homework teacher want to talk to you about? Homeroom teacher. Oh, that. Well, I haven't been handing homework in on time. It's been impossible to find the motivation to work on it sometimes. Haven't you thought about telling him about, well, your depression? Sure, they'd be a bit more lenient if they knew what was going on. From their perspective, they'd probably just think you're being lazy. Maybe. There would be a lot of hassle. As she talks, I reach over to my bag and pull out the book Yuri lent me. Ooh, what's that? It looks scary. Oh yeah, it's a book Yuri lent me while we were walking home. She got into this book herself and happened to have a spare copy, just as I told her I always wanted to read this book as well. What a coincidence, eh? You're pushing the Yuri thing too much. Like, I don't like that. Don't tell her about what you're doing with other girls in such an interesting way, because then that makes her feel invalid. The silence for a few seconds. Did I say something wrong? Sayori? Oh, sorry, I was just looking at the front cover. Pretty creepy, huh? Another awkward silence. Troy, why did Yuri want to walk home with you? Huh? Why did she look angry all of a sudden? Oh, that. I'm not sure if I should tell Sayori about Yuri feeling really lonely. As good as their friendship is, Yuri's confession was rather personal. I can't tell you. Keeping secrets for a girl that isn't your girlfriend is not the best thing to do. Especially someone as insecure as Sayori could be because of her depression. Like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. That whole face is worrying me. Oh no. Why not? Well, it's personal. Okay. Yuri's just, well, going through some difficult times at the moment, and we're friends, so I guess that's why she wants to talk to me. And you like spending time with her, don't you? I mean, yeah? Isn't that normal between friends? Yeah, of course it is. I'm glad you two get along so well. You two also went Christmas shopping together, right? Stop. No, I know where you're going with this, and pack it in. She's actually really good with suggestions, but she did take ages in the stationery shop. I think I'd be used to that given how long you spend at any shops that have candy. I playfully nudge her, but she barely responds. You okay? You seem a little tense. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just thinking about all the homework I need to catch up on. I should probably get going, actually. MC Troy is one of the most dense human beings I've ever seen in my life. Like, how is he not reading what's happening here? Ugh. Oh, really? She stands up and heads to the door. You could always ask Yuri to come over. She's better company than I am anyway. Huh? She closed the door and I'm left there wondering what that was all about. Did I say something to upset her? Or perhaps she had a fight with Yuri? No! You were a moron and you haven't clocked it! I mean, that'd explain why she'd seem angry at the mention of Yuri's name. Eh. I'm too tired to think this one over. I'll ask her about it tomorrow. Jeez. Oh, for goodness sake! This game! It doesn't... Makes me angry. Grr. Can we sacrifice MC Troy? Honestly, at this point, I'm alright with that. Feeling... It wasn't snowing before, was it? Feeling refreshed after a decent night's sleep, I'm patiently waiting for Sayori. The winter chill really has no mercy, especially this early in the morning. Thankfully, Sayori isn't particularly late, and before we know it, we're on our way to school. Hey, Troy. Yes, Lady Sayori, how can I be of service on this fine winter morning? I was curious, who's your favourite club member? Not including you? I don't really have any, to be honest. None of them are as awesome as you. Come on, you gotta like one of them more than the others. Now my eyebrows, where's this question come from? Why the sudden interest? I just want to know how well you're getting along with the others. Definitely not Natsuki for obvious reasons. Oh, mate, let me pick! Let me pick! Because you're gonna say Yuri, and you're gonna make it 50 times worse. Let me pick Monica or Natsuki. But it's not gonna let me. I never get the feeling that she likes me. It's always really awkward when it's just the two of us. I spoke to her alone once last semester, and it was a painful experience. What about Monica? Compared to Natsuki, we definitely get along a lot better. She looked super appreciative when I told her how much I liked the club just before we performed. But to be honest, she's always been a little intimidating. I nervously scratched the back of my head. You know, being the perfect student and all, maybe I'm imagining it, but sometimes I get the impression she might look down on me. Don't get me wrong, I definitely appreciate all of her hard work for the club and all. Much like Natsuki, I've never really spent much time with her, so I wouldn't really say she's my favourite either. So what about Yuri? I'm having a nap. See you all later. Oh, it feels better. Oh, where were we? Oh god, yeah. Sayori's trying to make me think that make me feel like Yuri's more important than her. That was it. Of course, my mistake. Obviously, I'm joking. Like, I know this is a depression. It's not something she's choosing to do, like, consciously. It's just a subconscious feeling, but it's painful to see, mainly because MC Troy isn't clocking it. I can't believe he's not gathering this yet. Sayori is trying really hard to appear. Also, saying Monica is intimidating? I don't really think so. She just seems like somebody's trying to keep on top of everything. I don't think that's the right, viewpoint either. I don't know. Unless I'm mistaken, Sayori is trying really hard to appear nonchalant. It isn't working particularly well. Well, yeah, I'd probably say her. I mean, I've got to know her a little better over the last semester. She went from someone who could barely maintain eye contact with me to someone who agreed to go shopping with me when it was just us. Ugh! Stop being so dense, you moron! I've enjoyed seeing her come out of her shell to allow me to see the real her. You're saying this about a girl to your girlfriend. You don't do that. Ah, okay. That's what I thought. Sayori, is everything okay? I noticed you left kind of abruptly last night after we talked about Yuri. Did you guys have an argument or something? I really can't imagine those two having a fallout of all people. It's extremely rare for Sayori to get angry, along with the fact that their personalities don't clash at all. So what could it be? Of course not, silly. I'm just a bit surprised at how friendly she's been with you recently, that's all. Given how shy she is, I'm just curious to, I'm just a bit surprised, that's all. Right. School is living in sight, so unfortunately our conversation will have to end here. So as you can tell, the 1930s were very important for European history. Countries all across the continent were experiencing significant changes, both politically and socially. Now, I made it my New Year's resolution to end my lessons before the bell rings, so we'll call it there. Oh, by the way, can I have a word, Troy? Swear to God, this must be the scariest word you could ever hear. Well, along with I'm pregnant, we have to talk, or it's not you, it's me. I hope none of those have come from experience, because I thought that was your first kiss. If you had a first kiss with Sayori, and you already have experience with the phrase, I'm pregnant, that would be concerning. Hopefully things I won't hear from Sayori. Jeez. Hopefully things I won't hear from Sayori. Especially that second one, Eep. What about the first one? The first one should also be a bit of a priority. I approach the front desk, awkwardly hovering by the side. I need to give you the results of your exams, so here they are. Okay, add I need to give you the results of your exams to that list. He pulls up a piece of paper and lowers his voice as some students are eating nearby. You don't have to look like you've seen a ghost. My mind wanders back to last October. Funny you should mention that. For the most part, you've done well. Your grades in history, Japanese and English especially were satisfactory. Looks like being in that literature club has really helped, eh? How'd you know about that? Troy, please, I'm a wise old owl. Aren't you one of the youngest teachers in the school? He sighs dramatically. You can never let me have my fun, can you? Although your grades in other subjects could be a little better, namely math and physics. It's not a cause for concern, but I know you can do better. Yeah, about that. Truth be told, last semester was kind of hectic. Relationship stuff. Ah, Sayori. Sakurai knows! What an absolute legend. Oh, I mean, the first one at least have the advantage of what you have done with Sayori. What? Oh, stop it, Elian. How did you know? His eye twinkles with a knowing smile. Anyway, you're a bright student, well, when you want to be, so breathe a sigh of relief. I'd recommend paying attention to the technical stuff from math and physics especially. And don't be afraid to ask for help when it's needed. Not everyone can excel at everything, but I have faith in your ability to bring your grades up. Thanks, sir. Past few months weren't easy. Relationships are tricky, so I'm glad I was able to keep up academically at least. He pauses to study me, offering a shrewd smile. Of course. Just be careful not to make Sayori jealous. From what I've seen, the literature club is full of girls. He chuckles to himself. They're really pushing this, like, jealousy thing. I don't like it. That would be wholesome seeing Sayori to grow up. What? Now I've got to go to a meeting that I have to pretend to be interested in. There really is no rest for the wicked. With a nod, he turns to leave, and as I turn to follow him, my brain keeps replaying his words over to me. Just be careful not to make Sayori jealous. Am I finally going to clock it? Fumbling for my phone, I noticed a text from Monica sent to all the other club members in a group chat. Hey guys, just been told the club room is being used after school today. It's for a supervision session for people to talk to their teachers about their exam grades. Plus something super important has popped up which means that I can't make it. Lips are going so dry. I'll do my best to rearrange it. Sorry guys. I mechanically shoot a reply while on autopilot. My brain is whirring at 1,000,000 miles an hour as I finally realise something I should have seen coming. Before I can say anything, Sayori starts the conversation. So my teacher gave me my exam results back. Oh? Yeah, I can't really complain, I guess. I did much better than I thought I would for biology. But physics was a bit of a nightmare. Math wasn't great either, but on the whole I think I've done okay. Sayori, are you jealous of Yuri? The abruptness of my question, along with the clash of conversation topic, takes her by surprise. For a moment there's a silence. A silence which grows heavier as I realise how tactless I was with my approach. What makes you think that? You're my girlfriend and I've known you for years. What would I have to be jealous of? She's trying to sound confident in her answer, but the wavering in her voice gives her away. I don't know, that we spent time together, the Christmas shopping and her walking home with me yesterday. Sayori turns away so I can't read the expression on her face. I'm glad I'm at least asking, rather than letting Sayori just say it to me blunt face to face. At least I've clocked it earlier this time. When she replies, she's talking to the ground. I'm sorry, Troy, it's just, you seem so happy with her and we're just friends, Sayori. I would have thought you could see that. Don't you trust me? I'm not sure I want to hear the answer. It's not that I don't trust you, it's just that I'm trying to believe that I'm worth your time, and then I hear about how she's your favourite member of the club and you really enjoyed seeing her come out of her shell. So that's why she was asking me. It all makes sense now. First the depression and now the jealousy. And when I asked why Yuri wants to walk home with you, you said you couldn't tell me because it was personal. I mentally smacked myself. Looking back, of course that answer must have sounded suspicious. I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to sound like I doubted you or anything. So, no, we're not okay, the music's worse. Sayori and I settle into my house. Once we're comfortable, I continue to press her. No, Sayori, it's not your fault. I didn't really see it from your perspective at all. Please believe me when I say that you're the only one I want. Yuri is a great friend, but that's it. The feelings I've felt for her have always been platonic. I wrap her into a hug and she sighs. As I stroke her, she clings to me, hiding her face in the folds of my blazer. I'm the one who should be apologising. I'm just Well, I'm totally new to relationships, so I don't really have a clue what I'm doing. It's okay, it's okay. I didn't think you were doing it to hurt me or anything. Okay, good, because I never do anything to hurt you. Been such an idiot. Yuri's just been feeling really lonely recently. I briefly fill Sayori in on what Yuri told me yesterday. I'm not entirely sure if I should be telling her this, but at this point in time, I'm much more concerned with complete clarity between Sayori and I. Oh, so that's why. It makes a lot of sense thinking about it, although I can't help but think. She looks down at the ground again, nervously biting her lip. I can't help but feel that Yuri likes you, Troy. Really? You can be really dense sometimes. There's a sad playfulness to her tone. Yes, really. She's trying to spend more time with you. She really appreciates your company. It's subtle, but I can tell by the way she looks at you. I think she gets attached really quickly. Well, she said she knew you were together and didn't want to intrude on that or anything. Sayori? Maybe I was right then. About what? About me just dragging you down. What can I even give you that Yuri can't? You said it yourself. She's lonely, and if she was with you, then she'd be happy. She's smart, she's really pretty, she's really elegant. And what am I? I'm just an airhead. Can't even find the time to get ready in the morning. I'm just a dead weight to you. Oh my god, Sayori, please! You're so much more than that, Sayori. Even if Yuri was the most desirable girl on the planet, I wouldn't give a damn, because you're the only person I want. You know something? When I was talking with Yuri yesterday, I couldn't help but wish that it was you I was with. It was only the one time we didn't walk together, but one time is all I needed to realise how much I enjoy walking home with you. So what if you can't find the time to get ready in the morning? You're still beautiful, even when you don't try. Oh, Troy. You're just saying that, though. I swear on my life that I'm being 100% genuine. These are the things I've always wanted to say to you, but I've never really known how. And that's not all. I wake up every day and feel so goddamn lucky knowing that you're my girlfriend. Now, this isn't quite as simby, this is just sweet, so I don't mind this as much. You've always been there for me when I needed it most. I don't think I've ever told you how happy you make me. I pull her in close for a kiss. She clings close to me, and I can sense the urgency in her to touch. It's impossible to describe how it feels to hold her in this moment of vulnerability. I don't really care about how elegant Yuri is, if I'm being honest. That's her, who she is. I much prefer your quirkiness and how silly we can be together. We have that link that no other girl in the world can say they have. We really do have that history together, don't we? A history that I'd never trade for anything. Troy? Please don't leave me. Oh, I know I'm being selfish for asking that. You're not. It's still so confusing, but when I'm with you, I feel warm inside. I think that, well, just for a moment, that maybe everything will be okay. Can't really understand why you care so much about me, but I'll trust you. I'm glad, Sayori, I really am. But if I'm being honest, she looks up at me. We can't do this alone. I think we should look into getting you some therapy. She looks away. I'll obviously always be here for you, but I'm just a normal teenage guy. There's only so much I can do. I don't know. Why not? It's just a really scary thought. I don't want to go through all that false hope again. Again. I've tried therapy and antidepressants before, Troy. Back when I was first diagnosed with depression, everyone told me it would work. They told me I would feel okay again. But that never happened. I was much younger back then, and everything was a million times scarier and more confusing. All those tests, all the questions, the drugs. I didn't know what was wrong with me. The whole thing was terrifying. What I'd give to be a medical professional right now. Wow, Siri, I had no idea. I wouldn't have expected you to have known. Would you believe me if I said things would be different this time around? And how would you know that? I wouldn't, at least for sure, but if we leave this unchecked, how could things ever change? I know it must be really hard for you, believe me, I can only imagine what you're going through. And I totally get why you'd be reluctant to try it again, but I promise you that this time I'll be here. You wouldn't have to go through all of it alone. I squeeze her hand. Where are her parents in this picture? This is what I don't get. Because we never see Sayori's parents properly. We saw her mum in the flashback, but that wasn't really a lot. I don't know. Well, we'll get through it together, remember? But what if it doesn't work again? We'll find another doctor or another therapist until it does then. It's not going to be that easy though. I know. But I'm never going to give up on you, so I don't care how long it takes. You're so selfless in how much you care for other people's happiness, but I want you to be happy. Do I really deserve that though? If other people deserve happiness, then why don't you, Sayori? Just ask yourself that. Please? For me? Okay, for you. It feels like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. Finally, I feel like I'm not alone in trying to help Sayori anymore. I know that must have been a really difficult thing to agree to, and I'm really proud of you. You're much braver than you realise. Although, I haven't been too pushy or anything, have I? I want to encourage you, not force you. It's something I would have had to try sooner or later, I guess. While there's always the chance that therapy might fail again, it's also the only way I could potentially get better. See, that's the spirit. She doesn't look wholly convinced, but smiles anyway. I'll do it for you, Troy. I'm not going to hold my breath, but if it makes you happy, I'll give it a try. That's all I can ask for right now. It means a lot to me that you'd be willing to try again. Well, let's hope this time it works out a little better. Anyway, I'll talk to my doctor tomorrow. Sounds like a plan. Oh, no! Why is it the choices that I thought were going to happen didn't, and then they just jump one on me here? Right, okay, first thing, immediately, save the game. Save the game. Done. Saved. Okay. Okay, the way I see this is quite simple. She's just said that she had to go through all of it alone. And I'm saying, I was trying to say to her, you won't go through this alone. I'll be there for you. I'll make sure that it's better this time. If you leave her on her own, it will just go badly again. And there's no promise that if I go with her, that won't be the same result again. It could indeed, the same way, not go well. But I would say that after all that, it would be foolish to not offer to join her at therapy. And so this choice is a little bit easier. So I don't know what the chat's saying, but I'm going to go for offer to join her at therapy. Because I think that's the best option here. I really hope it is. I really do. So people saying face herself. You're only a crutch. At the end of the day, you're offering she could say no if she really wants. True. I'm not saying join it. Yeah. Oh, and Sayori, I can come with you to your therapy sessions if you want. Are you sure? Would they let you? I think so. I mean, if you tell them you're okay with it, I don't see why not. Just keep me updated, okay? I won't want to miss your first session. Okay, then. And thank you. It's kind of daunting to start, so having you around should hopefully make it much easier. I'm just glad I can help. Okay. Your mother said it yourself, Sayori needs your support. Exactly, that too. What should it be like? I've said this before, like, the choice that seems more obvious to me is always the one that, like, ends up backfiring. So this could be the one that goes badly, but let's hope it doesn't. Before I know it, the weekend has already arrived. It's been a few days since Sayori agreed to try therapy. With a slight nudge from me, she spoke to a doctor, who managed to arrange for the first therapy session tomorrow. As relieved as I am with such a speedy response, I'm still fairly apprehensive. Seeing how pervasive her condition is, interfering with her ability to get homework done, twisting her self-perception, it's been daunting, I can't lie. Guess just seeing how serious depression has been a shock to my system. A part of me does worry that somehow me getting involved is actually a bad thing. Perhaps I'm somehow making it more complicated? Do I really know what I'm getting into here? No, Troy, don't listen to that silly, irrational side. Let's look at the positives. She agreed to get some help, so this is the first step to recovery. Yeah, that's true. Plus, I'm going with her, so at least we're making this step together, right? Should be fine. Ugh, being a chronic over-worrier truly is a curse. Being with Sayori makes me happy. It's best to focus on that and stop worrying about what could go wrong. Because if I constantly focus on the negatives, well, that's no good for anyone. Stay positive. Optimistic outlook, Troy. Optimistic outlook. After completing my morning routine, I found myself sitting in my kitchen, aimlessly wondering about how to spend the day. I start by having a drink. One of the drawbacks of your first relationship is that you don't really know what you're meant to do with your partner. It's too cold to spend time outdoors, so we're limited to the indoors. I check my watch. 10:14 AM. Pretty early. Sorry, wouldn't even be awake yet. As my gaze idly settles on the used plates in front of me, an idea hits me. Ooh, Sayori would love this. About half an hour later, my work is done and carefully placed into a bag. I make the trip over to her room, hoping that she's still asleep. Breakfast in bed! Oh, it's going to be breakfast in bed, you adorable little creature. Love it. As I was hoping, she's fast asleep. No surprise, given it's not even 11 yet. As I approach her, I'm struck by how cute she looks when she's sleeping. Wait, it didn't sound super creepy, did it? Tiny bit. I mentally chastise myself. Stop being so weird, Troy. But the way she's curled up into a ball, even with her hair being a mess and a slight trickle of drool leaking from her mouth, she's perfect. I don't think there's any way this girl could ever look anything less than beautiful. Bless. No, it is quite sweet. A little bit cringy, but it's sweet. The light sounds of her snoring turn my light smile into a heartfelt grin. Setting down my bag, I quietly walk over to her and gently brush a lock of hair that's fallen into her open mouth. She stirs slightly as my hand brushes against her forehead. Wakey, wakey, sleepyhead. 5 more minutes. I made you breakfast. She groggily sits up and rubs her eyes, hugging the blanket closer to her. You didn't have to, Troy. I can't help but feel disappointed and slightly irritated by her reaction. I was really looking forward to seeing how exuberant she'd be. What time is it? Like 11? Yawning, she pushes the covers off and sits up. She still looks quite tired. She gingerly opens the bag and forces a smile onto her face. You can thank your dear sunshine poem for inspiration, especially that last line. I want breakfast. Oh, Sayori. God, I'm so selfish. I have such a thoughtful boyfriend who's been super considerate and made me breakfast in bed, and I can't even thank you properly. You went through all this just for me? Anyone else would be really appreciative, and yet here I am complaining that you're here. No, it's not like that at all. I mean, yeah, I was hoping you'd be a little bit happy to see me, but it's kind of on me for forgetting how difficult mornings can be for you. Don't worry about it. I can tell my words haven't convinced her in the slightest. You just know Natsuki will be cringing so much playing this route. Yeah. And I don't get the feeling that you want me here. That you don't want me here. Relax. She slowly starts chewing on the food. This is really good. It's pretty basic stuff, to be honest, but I'm glad you like it. Natsuki's cooking has nothing on me, as you can see. How is it you can make me laugh even when it's the last thing I want to do? Magic, I think? Maybe I was a comedian in my past life. It's a question that science has been trying to answer for the past 100 or so years. By the way, can we just have a lazy day today? I don't really feel like going outside or anything. Fine by me. After she finished eating, we made our way back to mine. We pretty much resumed our standard activity of cuddling on the sofa. Maybe my earlier worries were unfounded after all. We're both content in just being in each other's presence regardless of the activity. I'm aimlessly flicking through the movie channel on TV. So yeah, the TV is on the wall. Who takes the TV off the wall to put a Christmas wreath up there? That's effort. Just know Natsuki... Yeah, I've already read that one. Bodhi's pool repair. What? I whip out my phone. Ooh. Oh, for God's sake. Yuri, leave us alone! We're cuddling! Hi, Troy. What's up? Not much. Yuri carries on typing and she's taking an awful long time to reply. Get the feeling she's plucking up the courage to ask me something. Well, I was wondering... Go on. Would you like to discuss the book with me today? I haven't read much of it, to be honest. I think the movie version is on Netflix, though. Hang on, let me check. What's up? Oh, you're not a book, Yuri? Let me. I'm checking to see if it's on Netflix. We're going to have a horror night? Well, I told Yuri I'd let her know my thoughts on the book with her, but I haven't really read enough of it to really discuss it. But if I could find it on Netflix, then I thought we could all watch it together instead. Oh, here it is. Oh. Are you okay with it? Of course. I'd be a terrible friend if I stopped her from coming over. Other people out there having tough times too. I don't like that it's not giving me choices here. Like, do I involve Yuri? Do I not? It feels like she's being, like, edged into the story and I haven't really got a say about it. So I'm not really as sure how I feel about this route as much. I'm still really enjoying it, but that is bugging me a tiny bit. She shifts her attention to the television, a one smile on her face. Okay, I figured if you were here too, you wouldn't feel like I was, I don't know, leaving you out or anything. It's fine, Troy. Dear God, that clown looks even uglier on the big screen. I've never liked clowns. Good news, I found it. You can come over. Sayori is here too, by the way. You sure I wouldn't be interrupting anything? Nah, she said she's fine with it. It's all good. Is she really, though? This is going to go wrong. It's going to go wrong. It's going to go wrong. It's going to go wrong. One text later, and Yuri is waiting outside my door, book in hand. Hey, Yuri. Come on in. Sayori's in the living room. Good afternoon, Troy. Thank you for suggesting this, by the way. I haven't seen the movie version yet. Yeah, neither have we. Should be interesting. Hey, Yuri. Yuri smiles in greeting. I've heard good things about the film adaptation, so I'm hopeful that this will be enjoyable. Only one way to find out. Okay, I've got to stop making the Harry Hill reference. I love the TV burp, okay? Leave me alone. It's one of my favourite shows as a kid. Only one way to find out. As predicted, Sayori is a massive chicken jumping at every loud noise and suspenseful scene. To be fair, it is a pretty uncomfortable film. Like, there were some moments where I was like, oh, hello. Not like the most horrible film in the world, but it's not the easiest one to sit through either. On the other hand, Yuri seems totally engrossed in the movie, never once looking away during an ominous scene. For the most part, it's difficult to read her face as she remains fairly impassive. Don't spend time reading her face, read Sayori's! Though a look of wonder and interest occasionally flickers across her face, especially when the monster is on screen. It's definitely one of the better horror movies I've watched. Granted, that isn't saying much as I haven't seen too many. I have to admit, the acting in this film really sells it. Both the clown and the young kids who serve as the protagonists are brought to life really well. Oh no, please don't tell me they're going to go in that creepy building. Oh, why would you go in there? It's just a nightmare waiting to happen. She ducks behind a cushion, only peering out intermittently, something she took to doing once the clown was first introduced. I laugh and pull her closer. She cuddles into my shoulder, turning her face so she can still see. Out of the corner of my eye, out of the corner of my eye, I catch Yuri, quickly throwing us a glance. From my periphery vision, it's hard to tell, but she looks a little sad. Oh my god, Yuri is simping on us! It's so hard being such a lady killer, honestly. I grimace a little. Clearly I forgot how isolated Yuri feels at home. Watching Sayori and I cuddle is probably a painful reminder, especially if Sayori's prediction about how Yuri feels about me is true. An hour or so later and the movie's over. It's been really interesting to hear Yuri's thoughts, not just on the movie, but on the horror genre on the whole. Given it's probably on a streaming service, I'm guessing the newer one. What? Oh yeah, it's probably the newer one. The original one. What was the original one called? Was it just called It as well? Or was it called Pennywise? Can't remember. Haven't seen the original one though. And that's something I admire about. Oh, and that's something I admire about both the book and the movie version. How both approach and present the main theme of fear. A lot of film adaptations of the books tend to over-sensationalize the content. Many horror movies rely on cheap jump scares to elicit a reaction. Of course, there's nothing inherently wrong with a jump scare, but I find the best horror tends to really get under your skin and make you think. Well, after you've finished. Yeah, I agree. Jump scares just annoy me, really. They startle you, sure, and the build-up can be tense, but from what I've seen, horror movies really make it obvious when one's coming up. The music goes really quiet or really spooky, the character is in a dark place. Indeed, sadly it's quite the common occurrence with modern horror. There's not much left to your imagination. I can't help but notice that Sayori's been very quiet throughout... I can't help but notice that Sayori's been very quiet throughout the discussion Yuri and I are having. You okay, Sayori? I don't really have much to say. You two carry on, I'm fine. She's looking absent-mindedly from the screen. Do you know how I made the Troy Bonk emote last time, or Dennis did? This is Troy Bonk 2.0. Because I'm very, very annoyed at how dense a character is being. Should never have asked Yuri to come over! Why? I just... This is so painfully awkward. It's making me hate this ruse. Not in like an actual hate it, but just like... This is so uncomfortable. I don't like it. It's like only being able to... Wait, it's unfortunate the second part of the movie isn't out yet. It's like only being able to read half of the book. And this has been written for the last 2 years, but they could have updated that to be accurate now, couldn't they? Because it's been out now for well over a year. Or about a year. I don't know. Oopsie, stop. Do it with the light bulb. I'll knock myself out. I don't want glass shards in my head, thanks. The second part is about how the characters come back to fight the clown when they're adults, right? Indeed. And that's where the plot really shines. Anyway, I have some errands to be getting on with, so I'm going to have to leave. Thank you both, by the way. I really appreciate it. That's okay, Yuri. I hope you're feeling better. Yuri turns to me. Oh, did you tell her? My face grows hot. In my haste to reassure Sayori that nothing was going on between Yuri and I totally forgot that Yuri's confession was likely confidential. Oh, damn. Yeah, I did. Sorry, Yuri. I didn't think. Didn't realize it was private. It's okay. I suppose it's only fair that there's clarity between two people in a relationship. Whew. I'm glad Yuri is so understanding. Anyway, I'll see you two on Monday. Goodbye. See ya. Bye, Yuri. As Yuri leaves, I turn to Sayori. She's looking a little rueful. Hope you're right about therapy, Troy. I'm dreading tomorrow. It's going to be just fine, don't worry. I hope so. I should probably get going as well. I'll see you tomorrow. And with a wave, she departs as well. Oh, therapy day. Therapy day. I think we'll probably do this next day and then I might bring this to an end. Because it'll be 3 hours then. Let's see how long therapy day is and go from there. But I'm nervous about this. Right. This must be quite different depending on your choice then, surely. It's been 3 hours. Yeah, I know. As my eyes slowly open, I can't help but feel nervous about how today will go. I can only imagine how nervous Sayori is. Such a big step for her too. I just hope it goes well. Hey Sayori, you ready to get going? Yeah. She's a little quiet and not quite as chipper as she usually is. The journey to the clinic is a quiet one. Thankfully, it's only a short walk away. Well, that was interesting. Oh, right, we'll just get right past it. Jeez. Oh, okay. Well, that was interesting. Her therapist was incredibly patient and empathetic, never once being insensitive with his questioning. He spent the majority of the session getting a picture of her current life situation, to which Sayori was generally compliant. I think that after she told me about her depression, it might have become a little bit easier to talk about it, given I was the first person she confessed to. My throat's getting a bit dry. I just had a drink. Jeez, I'll have another one. Sorry about this, folks. Need to make sure I've got my reading voice, you know. Oh. It's going to be a Payday 2 stream at any time. I did one on Thursday, dude. It's not been that long. But, yeah, there'll be one soon. Maybe tomorrow? There's anything happening tomorrow night. Problem is, I'm also streaming Blue Skies, so I'll see. She didn't look entirely comfortable, but after a few reassuring smiles from me, she was able to answer his questions. The session passed by relatively quickly, and before we knew it, it was already over. Sayori is quiet as she breaks the silence. I've heard a few horror stories about people who get really insensitive therapists, and I was really scared that he'd be one of them, but he was really patient, so that could have gone a lot worse. She trails off into silence. I'm really proud of you, Sayori. I know that must have been really hard for you to do with how confusing all of this can be. It really does make me happy that you're doing this. I'm glad to hear that, Troy. I really am. By the way, can we spend the rest of the day together? I don't want to go home just yet. Of course we can. Cuddling up on the couch it is. Aww. After swinging by the shops to get some snacks, we find ourselves back in our typical cuddling spot. It's rather quiet between us, and given I suppose that's the therapy session, there's a lot to take in for both of us. Tagging along to the session raised so many questions in my mind though. Now isn't the best time to ask them though. Hey Sayori? Yeah? Why don't we play something? We don't have enough people for a board game though. Nah, I don't mean board games. We Remember when we used to play video games together when we were kids? I've always found video games as a really good way to escape reality. Last year when I was really lonely, I found it helped to take my mind off things. Plus there's some games I have that I think you might enjoy. She sits up. Sure, that could be fun. What games are you thinking of? Destroy all humans! Sorry, I really want to finish the game. Is it obvious? As it turns out, I still have some of those games we used to play. Do you still remember Banjo-Kazooie? Ooh, the one with the bear? Haha, yep, that's the one. Let's give it a whirl. Never played Banjo-Kazooie, to be honest. As I was hoping, gaming has proven to be a wonderful way to get her mind off therapy. She's truly lost in the colourful, immersive world with her face scrunched up in determination. At first, she isn't very good at the game, struggling with the controls, getting lost, and generally being unsure of what she's meant to do. Although after a few pointers from me, she really starts to pick it up, and was soon getting the hang of it. Sayori can be really good at things when she puts her mind to it. It's almost uncanny how skilled she can be, especially as it contrasts against the airheaded vibe she can give off. Aha! I knew I'd find the jigsaw piece there. I laugh. She's having a great time, and it's heartwarming to see her so happy. Even if it's over just a video game, nothing will ever beat seeing Sayori smiling. You'll never know just how cute you are, Sayori. Huh? Just seeing you happy makes me so happy, and I swear that nothing will ever change that. Aww. Not that I'm complaining or anything, but where did all of this come from? Truth be told, I'm not really sure. Being with her in the therapy room just now is quite eye-opening for me. Not just because I got to see how therapy works, but because it's really dawning on me that she has depression, and this is something that we can't deal with alone. Of course, I believed her when she said she was depressed back in November, but well, meeting a therapist and watching him do his job really drove the point home. I'm obviously really glad she's seeking help, but it did make me think. She's been depressed for a long time, and I've only recently came back into her life. So what was life like for her while we weren't friends? Probably awful and super lonely. Troy, are you there? You're looking kind of sad. What's up? Her bright smile does nothing for my guilt. I'm sorry, Sayori. What are you sorry for, silly? We've only probably begun to hang out not too long ago, right? Since September. Why do I keep burping? I haven't eaten since before the stream. Yeah? She pauses the game and sets the controller down, sensing the urgency in the situation. And you've been depressed for so many years. But I wasn't there for you. We drifted apart all because of what? Because I was an idiot who prioritised gaming and anime over you. I can't even imagine how hard things were for you when we weren't really talking. Troy, none of that is your fault. She gently takes my hands in hers. And part of me thinks that, well, yeah, this is what I was thinking as well, to be fair. Had I made more of an effort with you back then, perhaps us drifting apart didn't cause me to be depressed, Troy. Truthfully, I don't really know why I developed depression. There's a lot I don't know about my condition, but one thing I know is that it doesn't really need a reason. That's what my doctor said the last time I tried therapy. So please don't ever think that you somehow contributed to my depression, okay? You're like the polar opposite. When I'm with you, I'm happy. You make me feel like I'm actually worth something, even though my brain tries really hard to tell me that you're lying. Yeah, but that's in the present. What about in the past? When there were years where we didn't hang out at all? I actually had this conversation with Monica once. It's normal for friendships to be like that, I think. You can go a long time without talking to someone, but if you can reconnect with them and you both get along as if nothing ever happened, then did anything really change? I pause upon hearing her words. I guess she does have a point, but I'm finding it hard to internalise. She reaches forward and strokes my face, gently lifting my chin up so we maintain eye contact. The way I see it, we get along just as well now as when we did as kids. Besides, what happened in the past was the past. If anything, the time apart made me appreciate the time I do spend with you even more. Well, I'm glad you feel that way, Sayori, I really am. It's just, well, you going to therapy today made me realise the reality of depression, and made me reflect on how much I've been absent in your life. I didn't mean to spring this on you out of the blue like that, especially when you wanted to take your mind off therapy. It was pretty inconsiderate of me. It's okay, it really is. I'm just glad that we can talk all these things out, you know? You've been really patient with me, so it's the least I can do for you. And I'd much rather we talked about whatever bothers you than you bottling it up. After all, bottles are meant to be shared, right? I can't help but laugh. That was clever. Heh, if you say so. I do. Seriously, Troy, please don't blame yourself for anything, okay? I've been much happier ever since you came back into my life. I wouldn't have been able to go to therapy if you weren't with me. And like you said, well, I agree. It is a big step to take. There's a faraway look in her eyes as she ponders her next words. I'd gone so many years thinking that this was something I'd have to bear alone. But I have to admit that it's nice not having to go through this by myself. She squeezes my hand. Besides, we can't really change the past, can we? Yeah, I guess you're right. You really do have such a big heart, you know that. Nothing ever changed with you. And that's never going to change. It's moments like these that really bring about a warm, fuzzy feeling inside of me. I've never felt anything like this before, but it feels so right. Now, I think we have some jigsaws to collect. Of course. Let's get back to the game, shall we? She reaches for the controller and starts playing once more. Within seconds, we're whisked away into a world of childhood memories. The feel of her warmth in my arms, the sound of her innocent laughter, and the smell of her hair. That little voice of guilt remains, but it's now easier to ignore it. Wow, it's super late already. And tomorrow's a school day as well. No fun. Tell me about it. Monday morning's the absolute worst. Not even Sakurai can save them. I just want another break. We just had our Christmas one. I know. Oh well. Anyway, I should get going. Aw, leaving so soon? My attempt at pulling puppy dog eyes causes her to laugh and shake her head. But it's late. I reach toward her and pull her into an embrace. In a playful attempt to stop her from leaving, I push her back down onto the sofa, wrapping my arms tightly around her body. Hello, sailor. Muhahaha. Oh, jeez, I skipped it by accident. A settings thing came up on my screen. You've fallen into my grand trap. Now there's no escape. Ah, you've caught me. Whatever can I do? Nothing. My mastermind plan is absolutely foolproof. Is it Sayori proof? What are you... She's going to tickle me, isn't she? Oh, wait. Her lips meet mine and immediately I'm taken away into another world. Man, it's almost scary how powerful a sensation is whenever we kiss. No fair. Are you complaining? If you prefer, I could just... Her tone is innocent and playful. Not kiss you again? Hey, I didn't say that. Okay. You win. But there's one thing you didn't prepare for. Oh? And what could that be? It's going to be tickling. Quickly boop her on the nose. Boop. Ooh-ah. Surprise sneaky boops aren't allowed. Oh, but surprise sneaky kisses are. You had me trapped. It was just self-defense. So was my boop. This isn't over, meanie. Looking forward to our rematch then. I reach over and check my phone. It's almost midnight. As much as I hate to admit it, we probably should call it a day. Although having said that, an idea just popped into my mind. Okay, Sayori, how about... Ooh-wee! Oh, hello, sailor. Okie dokie dokie smoky. Okie dokie dokie literature club. I mean, I'm not even going to explain my choice here. You know where this is going. I really hope it's not going in that direction, but I can't not. Why don't you stay the night? Here? That way we can also make breakfast tomorrow morning before school. Ooh, I didn't think of that. Where would we sleep, though? Well, I was thinking I could take the sofa and you could have my bed. Nuh-uh, there's no way I'm letting that happen. You can sleep with me. Doki Doki images out of context. Let's just, if this is the scene we're going to end on today, this is going to be mental. You can sleep with me. There's an awkward silence for a second, made slightly comical by the fact Sayori hasn't realised the implications of her words. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean it like that. You know what I meant. Anyway, I'm just going to get my stuff from my place, so I'll be back in a second. Alright. After completing my bedtime preparations, I wearily slide into bed, thinking about the conversations that took place today. It's been a lot to take in, I suppose. Ever since Sayori became my girlfriend, there's always been a nagging fear that I'm getting into something that's way beyond me. Going to therapy has helped dispel that worry, though. Today was relatively smooth, and I'm hoping that doesn't change. Faintly, I hear the click of the front door, followed by footsteps. I'm just going to get changed, and I'll join you. As Sayori approaches the bed, I can't help but notice how nice her legs look in those shorts. Simp! Wouldn't you be cold in those pajamas? Nope. I have you to warm me up, remember? I'm suddenly very grateful I have the blanket cover. Oh, for God's sake! Don't say that! I don't need that image in my head! Oh! She slides in next to me, pulling the blanket over herself. Slowly, she inches over to me and positions herself so the top of her head lies just below my chin. Resting her head on my chest, she looks up at me, moves in for a quick kiss, and giggles. At such proximity, I can hear her heartbeat. Her hands feel soft and warm against the fabric of my shirt. She's incredibly warm, but it isn't overbearing at all in the slightest. Everyone in the chat's just going mental now, jeez. On instinct, I wrap my arm around her body and rest my face atop her hair. Good night, Sayori. Plant a kiss on her forehead. Good night, Troy. Jeez, fly me. I really thought it was going to go in a different direction then, and it kind of had me going, oh. But we're okay. MC Troy horny hours. Just the blanket quote was so unneeded. I kind of want to play for a bit longer. Oh, God. Oh, no. No. Oh, no. I can't stop here. I've got to carry on. Suddenly, I'm pulled out of sleep by what appears to be sobbing. As I slowly fight the grogginess, I'm also aware of a slight dampness on my chest. I hate it when Sayori has a nightmare. The feeling of powerlessness, the sound of her tears, the look of anguish on her face. It always hits hard. Why can't you hear me? I need you. Come back. Please come back. Sayori? I gently shake her. Shh, Sayori, it's okay. I'm here. It's okay. I hold her as she carries on whimpering. She clings to me even harder, shaking with fear. I can only imagine what's going on inside her head. I fumble for my phone. The blinding glare tells me that it's 7:01. Troy? It's me, Sayori. You were just having a nightmare. Don't worry, I've got you. I stroke her hair softly as her crying subsides. That was horrible. What happened? She takes deep breaths and composes herself. Everything was so dark. You, Yuri, Monica, Natsuki, you were all there. Whenever I tried to talk to you, it was like there was an invisible bubble around me. None of you could hear me, but there was this shadowy figure that kept talking to me. Fresh tears fill her eyes once more, and it kept saying horrible, horrible things. It told me I was useless, that everyone would be so much better off if I wasn't around. That you'd be much happier with Yuri. Oh, God. Stop. Stop doing it. No. And that therapy is pointless. I'm just fighting a losing battle. It's something more than false hope, no matter how hard I try to believe otherwise. She sniffles. I tried calling out to you, to the girls, to anyone, but it was just me and the voice, tormenting me, telling me everything that I've been trying so hard not to believe. It felt so real, Troy. So real. Just when I thought things might have a chance of being okay again. I hate this. Why can't I just be normal? It's already 7. Ugh. I'm sorry, Troy. I just can't go to school today. It's okay. I won't go either. Huh? What about... I couldn't care less about that. There's no way in hell I'm going to leave you alone after what you just experienced. I can miss the odd day off school. It's fine. She opens her mouth to protest, but upon seeing the steely resolution on my face, she reluctantly abates. I'll get you some water. Be back in a second. I don't know why I'm like this, Troy. Why is it something as stupid as a little nightmare makes me feel this bad? I was hoping that finally there was a light at the end of the tunnel, but that was just naive of me, wasn't it? It's okay, you don't have to say anything, Troy. I know you might feel like you have to say some magical words to make me feel better, but all you have to do is listen. What really hurt me was that voice telling me that you'd be much better off with Yuri as your girlfriend. I'm trying really hard to believe that I'm a good girlfriend and that I'm worth your time, but those doubts are always there in the back of my mind. I know you never break my trust, but I just wish I could convince my stupid brain to see it the same way. And it's so unfair because I can see how hard you're trying. Please believe me when I say I really appreciate you, Troy. But I'm just so scared that it might all be for nothing. What do you mean? Well, what if I never get better? What if I'm always going to be like this? My pieces are all broken. You're trying so hard to put them back together, but what if you can't? What if you can't put them back together because some of them have gone? I don't have an answer for that. I hate feeling like this. Feeling like I've lost something that I'll never get back. No matter how good your support or how well therapy goes. I can't remember the last time I wasn't so tired, Troy. It's the worst part about depression. The exhaustion that never goes away. An exhaustion that sleep can never fix. The only good thing about sleep is that it's escape from my mind, at least for a few hours. Well, when I don't have nightmares. I'm just so tired of it all. Tears slowly start leaking down her face once more. Her face looks utterly resigned. I wish that I could wake up one day and actually have hope. She faces me with a sad smile and her cheeks glisten with tears. Actual, genuine hope. Hope that maybe, just maybe, things might be okay. Just when I begin to think that could be true, days like these happen. I hate these days. I hate these days so much. Therapy is already hard enough, and these nightmares make me feel like what little progress I've made has been reset. All the doubts I try so hard to keep in check break free, and they're merciless. I wipe away a few of her tears and gently grasp her hands in mine. We will get through this together, Sayori. Just like I said. I don't care how long it takes or what we have to endure. That's a promise. But I'm never going to stop until we see this through. She looks away. Why is it I never feel like I'm actually getting through to her? I have to try and stay positive for both of our sakes. Even though seeing her like this is one of the most demoralizing things on the planet. No matter what, you'll never be alone in dealing with this. And if your pieces are broken, we'll create new ones. I can imagine how hard it is for you. Really, Troy? How can you possibly know what it's like to feel how I'm feeling? Exactly. You don't. You don't know what this feels like. The constant numbness, the constant feeling that no matter what I do, the shadow will always be here. Crying myself to sleep, waking up in tears, having to fake everything because you're terrified that people will see the real you. Jesus. Bloody hell. It's really heavy, dude. But I've seen the real you, and you're still here and you're still trying to help. I get it. I really do. I know you're trying to help, but it's hard to see your encouragement as anything more than just empty words. This isn't something you can just fix by saying the right stuff. She bursts into tears once more. As much as I wish it was, I scoop her into a hug. She tries to push me away initially, but I hold firm, holding her close to my chest. She eventually gives in and sobs unrestrainedly into my chest. I'm scared, Troy. I whisper softly in her ear as I gently stroke the back of her head. I know, Sayori. I'm scared as well. We both fall silent, with the only sounds permeating the room being the sound of her anguished cries. Sayori? She mumbles into my chest. I'm sorry if I say the wrong things. I just don't know what the right things to say and do are. This whole thing is just totally alien to me. After you told me that my words are pretty much empty, I'm starting to doubt everything. That's not... You don't make her feel worse by saying you feel worse as well. Jeez. She winces slightly as she bites her lip. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. It came out much harsher than I intended. I want to believe what you say, I really do. I know that I shouldn't feel jealous, and I shouldn't compare myself to other girls. I want to believe all the lovely, reassuring things you say to me, but I can't. I know what you're saying makes no sense. It's just internalizing... I know what you're saying makes sense. It's just internalizing it as a whole other story. It's not your problem. It's all on me, being unable to get over this stupid thing. Depression isn't just a stupid thing, though. I know it's much more than that, Troy. I just can't help how hangry it makes me. I want to be normal like everyone else. It's like I'm not in control of my own body. The depression is the one that chooses my mood for the day, chooses how I react to things and what I say. Like the day you made me breakfast. I really wished I was appreciative from the start instead of being irritated you were in my room so early. It's so unfair. And I keep going on and on about it, and don't ever apologize for venting about your depression, Sayori. I know my words probably don't sound as reassuring and helpful as I want them to be, but one thing that'll never change will be my willingness to listen. I've been battling this alone for so long, so it's only fair that I can be a shoulder to cry on. Problem shared is a problem halved, right? Well, it's obviously not that simple in this case, but it's something. She sniffles and nods slowly. It does help to at least be able to talk about it. It's something then. Having you around, as much as I don't think I deserve your support, it does make a difference. That makes me happy then. Really? Yeah, it might not be a huge help, but it's still some help, surely. She pauses to reflect. Yeah, I guess so. She nods and shifts herself so that her head lies on my lap. Once she settles to start absent-mindedly stroking her hair. My mum told me there would be days like these. Oh, well, back in November after our fight, I was a bit lost. I didn't know who to turn to, so I asked my mum for advice. What did she say? She said if you date someone with depression, you'll have good days like the ones we've had before, and bad days like today, I guess. Sayori falls silent once more. She looks a little reflective and thankfully doesn't seem to mind that I told my mum about her condition. Does she have depression herself? No, but she dated someone who had it in the past. It's kind of spooky how accurate her advice was. What was it? She told me about how important it is to be patient and understanding for a start, which you have been. I don't know. I still have no idea what I'm doing, and I don't really know if I'm saying or doing the right things. I thought it was, but after you told me that my words are just empty, I'm starting to doubt everything. A lot of regret flashed across her face. Stop making her feel worse! Sorry, I didn't mean that. For what it's worth, you've been a great boyfriend, Troy. It's just not fair on you. Your heart has always been in the right place, and you put up with my moods. Well, that's reassuring to hear, at least. And all I can do is in return is snap at you for the smallest of things. I knew it wasn't going to be easy. Mom did warn me. Being honest with you, it's times like these that make me realise just how serious depression is. But I'm glad I got the wake-up call sooner rather than later. Neither of us really know what we're doing, but at least we have each other, right? It's also our first relationship, so we've really been fighting an uphill battle from the start. I've definitely enjoyed my time with you so far, and I think I'm a good boyfriend, so we could be doing a lot worse. I don't know, could we? I feel like our relationship has just been you putting up with me. Do we have a future together? Her words cut deep, knowing that she has these doubts, especially this early on. What do you think? Honest question. I don't know. Do you want us to have a future together? Yes. So do I. What about when we start our last year in school? And when we leave school? What if you go to university and I don't? What if... Sayori, listen to me. Let's just take our relationship one day at a time, okay? You could probably drive yourself crazy by trying to predict the future. Do I know if we'll be together in a year? Truthfully, I don't. I have no clue what life will be like after school. But there's no point worrying about it now because it doesn't get you anywhere. Yeah, you're right. She gives a short, humorless laugh. I'm glad that one of us can think rationally. Nah, remember I thought I'd let Spirit loose in the classroom back in October? That was the polar opposite of rational. I really enjoyed that day. It was nice to dress up in silly costumes and scare each other. A real throwback to our childhood. Definitely a highlight of the year, along with Christmas. There's something really satisfying about seeing someone light up when they unwrap a present you've got them. I have the photograph you gave me in my room, by the way. It always makes me smile whenever I see it. Even when you're not physically around, you still make me happy. Please don't forget that. Thank you, Troy. I'll do my best. Blimey! Woo! Right, that is definitely a good point to stop. I do not want to carry on any longer. I think 3¼ hours or 3 hours 20 by the time this is finished is probably enough. So, that brings an end to this stream. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've really had a good time delving into this, as much as it's been quite dark. I'm really enjoying it, and I believe, according to Swamper, that the next one will be the final part. So, I am going to try and stream this tomorrow. Keep an eye out in your sub box for when I set up the live event. As soon as I know it can happen, I will set it up. You've seen in the past, I set these streams up like 12 hours before, so keep an eye out. You'll know if it's going to happen. I'll set a time up and I'll figure it out. But until then, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you all for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do give a like on the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. And subscribe if you're new. Until then, I will see you all hopefully tomorrow with the final potential part of Doki Doki Blue Skies for Sayori's Ruse. So until then, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all very soon. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you soon.